your dick hard while Jeremy's in the back screaming, you fucking retard. Come on, guys, let's get this fucking show done. Tyler's got a black and white movie to watch for fun. Moodz just trying to work with what he's got, cause JP just sits looking at Carly like, bro, this chick's hot. You must be out your mind, bro, if you don't listen to us. Just jump aboard with Jeremy and take the short bus. You wanna diss our show? Bro, we got news for you. For every joke you throw, we dish out 22. That's not a shot at you, that's a shot of Moodz. 22 shots that'll make you black and blue. We're the 22 shot crew, ready to destroy your ears. Reviewing movies all day while we drinking beer. 22 shot crew, and we're here to stay, making horror history every fucking day. Moodz is a legend for fuck's sake. They say his dick is the size of Camp Crystal Lake, and we're all wondering how much of it Jeremy can take. You wanna hear my opinion, says JP as he rants, but we all love this motherfucking Maxi can. Tyler spitting out info, every little speck, every single movie, there's nothing he can wreck. He's a god amongst men, yo, that's his flex. He loves horror, and that's a fact check. We the best and the rest, that's no contest. Do you feel that knife in your back digging out through your chest? You got your top 10 list, bro, we do that shit every year. You gotta take down notes, bro, we do that while drinking beer. You got a problem with us? Well, Moodz has got something to say. I'm from Canada. So before you get mad and hit that thumbs down, remember we will lyrically leave you like a clown that's down. So don't frown, we record everything that may occur. So buckle up, fuckers. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. You think you got enough to prove we're kings of underground horror things? We'll flip you the middle finger while we take our swings. There's no drug in the world that can cure those things. Our show keeps getting better, we're ahead by far. You can listen to us while you dumping bodies in the backseat of your car. So fuck you if you don't know who we are. It's the only horror show that will forever last. So if you think we're sick, then whip out your dick and listen to 22 shots. A Moodz and Horror Podcast.
Yes, y'all, it's going down right now. Episode 301 of the Triple Shots and Moodz and Horror Podcast is coming at you live and direct without the homie JP, also known as the Mexicans. And of course, we got Mr. No Fact Checks Tyler, also known as Mr. Saucedo in the house. And I'll be your host, the real toxic offender, also known as Moodz. Yeah. What's going on, dude?
Hello.
Had to do a last minute there without the homie JP. He is running mad late. He's running like we were on a really tight ass schedule this week. Like I had to start at 5 o'clock and now it's like 5:37 Eastern time. And the homie ain't here yet. Like it's crazy. I've got the Jays game tonight. I got to get my kid to hockey. Man, you know, got to be a dad. And of course, JP just like, oh, I'm leaving work. That was like an hour ago. Where is this cat? He's probably somewhere off eating a folded pizza.
You are
pizza
right.
burger.
It was almost an hour ago now.
Yeah, man.
That was 54 minutes ago.
54 minutes ago. So I don't know how long. I'm pretty sure he said it takes about 40, 45 minutes. So I bet any money he's sitting around somewhere eating a folded pizza cheeseburger off camera. For the sin bin people, they know that.
When he said he's just leaving work, you don't know if that means like he was actually like, yeah, I'm in my car going.
Yeah, he's still got to warm up his old ride. That can mean a
lot of things. You have to be like, oh, I'm going to finish this, then I'll leave.
So we're going to rock a little bit of an intro without him. So first up, want to say big ups to everybody that contributed to the 300 show. I know I said at the end of the show, but I doubt anybody listens that far into it. But everybody that dropped us a line, sent in clips and stuff like that, thank you. It was awesome. I thought the show turned out really well. So if you haven't checked it out yet, check it out. It's pretty epic. It's like pretty close to 13 hours. Yeah, man, it was a fun show, dropping our top 100 favorite horror films lists and, you know, kind of round tree style and shit like that. So it was cool, man. I mean, I don't think there was a lot of surprises when it came to like mine and JP's. I think Tyler's obviously the newest one. So going into the list, he didn't even know what his number one film was anyways, right?
Yep.
So yeah, his list was probably, you know, I wouldn't say overly surprising. Some people, maybe just some of the choices and stuff like that were, but like Yeah, it was cool, man. Like we had comments saying like it's crazy that you guys had 300 films to choose from and not one Hammer film made a list.
Yeah, when he said, honestly though, when he said that though, I like some Hammer movies, but the only Hammer movie that I would maybe even put in contention would be Horror Dracula. There's a Hammer movie, right? I'm not sounding like an idiot here.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, Horror Dracula, I feel like is the only one I even like enough to put in that threshold of maybe in my top 100. But I've also only seen it like twice, so there's just no shot it was making it.
Yeah, I mean, people got to realize though too, when you make lists, it's kind of like this is what your favorites are at the time. It's interesting because I grew up watching Universal monster films and really have a lot of really great memories of watching those films growing, and I've seen them many, many times and stuff. And I do consider a lot of them to be my favorite films. It's just, they just didn't make this list kind of thing. But I grew into Hammer horror and became a bigger Hammer fan. And it's funny that the guy said that because I actually cut 2 out of my top 100 list, kind of last minute, just going, oh shit, I need to put that film in there. And this one got the bump and this one got the bump. So, but if, I even had a whole shitload of films that didn't make the list. And there was like well over a dozen Hammer films that were sitting in like probably 100 to 150. So, and Universal films and stuff were just on the cusp, but that's the way lists go. Maybe next time we do a list like this or whatever, if we ever do, maybe things would be completely different. I mean, there was films that were in my top 50 last time that dropped right out, so they were higher in the rankings and stuff. So it is what it is. It is what it is. But yeah, no, speaking of that, I never see these guys. They did the stats at the end because they had their shit on Letterboxd. And I made a list on Letterboxd just to check out exactly what it was. So basically what it broke down to is, I thought it was actually kind of funny. So I had one film from the 20s. I had one film from the 50s. So I had nothing from the 30s and 40s.
I only had one from the 30s, and I think I had none in the 40s. I noticed that was weird because I figured that out too. Like before we even did our stats beforehand, I just counted. I was like, oh, I have no 40s.
Yeah. See, I didn't even realize until I made my list and I hit the stats. And I was like, oh shit. So I had one from the 20s, one from the 50s, 6 from the 60s, 13 from the 70s. 55 from the 80s.
Oh yeah.
6 from the 90s, 7 from the 2000s, and only 1 from 2010 on, and that is from 2010. So I thought that was really interesting. Because Tyler, you had a lot more kind of newer films, but so my most popular years were 1980 had 10 films, 1981 had 9, 1985 had 8, 1988 had 8, and 1986 had 8. So I'm very 80s centric. It's like pretty obvious.
Yeah. JP's here.
Popular actors and actresses. This made me laugh. But it didn't really surprise me given what my stats were. But Dario Nicolodi was my number 1 with 5 watches, tied with Migazzoni, who had 5, John Saxon 4, Robert Englund 4, Mikhail Swabe with 4, which is hilarious because he just appears minorly in films. Leanna Quigley with 4, Bill Moseley 4, et cetera kind of thing. When it came to directors, Lucio Fulci had 7 films, Dario Argento had 6, Romero had 4, Carpenter had 4, Mario Bava had 3, Sam Raimi 2, Decker 2, Chuck Russell with 2, Ruggero Deodato, Lloyd Kaufman, Rob Zombie, Lamberto Bava, Michelle Suave, and Jack Bender and Peter Jackson all had 2. So everyone else was just a solo one. But, in my top 2 with Fulci and Argento, that was 13 of my films right there. It's pretty wild. So the highest average film was The Thing with a 4.4. The lowest average was Gutterballs with 2.3. Most popular film was American Psycho. Most obscure was also Gutterballs. That was interesting. My newest film was I Saw the Devil from 2010. My oldest was The Phantom Carriage from 1921. Longest was The Shining. Shortest was House on Haunted Hill. It really doesn't surprise me. So my tags, I had 97 films on Letterboxd that were tagged as horror. So it's 97% correct. Yeah. But I think there was a couple films there that weren't tagged that I think had horror tags. I think Miss 45 is the only one that didn't. But so to break down the countries was US with 62 films. Italy had 26, which I don't know where the 26. Maybe I had 26. I don't know.
There's probably some movie that might be an Italian co-production.
It had to have been a co-production because
that's how that it doesn't come out as an even number ever.
It is weird though because because I knew I had 25 because I counted, but there apparently was one that was, that's interesting. UK with 8, Canada with 8, France with 6, Germany with 3, New Zealand with 2, and Spain with 2. So I only had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 different countries even represented, which is wild. But yeah, when you're like very Italy heavy, you know, it makes sense that you're gonna have a lot of, you know, US also. But yeah, pretty interesting. Actually, I had the one comment where he's like, yeah, it's a top 100 films of 1987 for Moodz. I only had 6. But the 80s were heavily represented for me, which is not really surprising. Again, you know, when you break down the stats and shit like that. So, but that was really fun. I've never made a list like that and just like check my stats before. It was kind of cool. So it only took me a couple minutes, but 158.4 hours, 75 different directors. It says 14 different countries. So whatever, 7 languages. So yeah, it's really fun, man. That was pretty cool. JP decided to join the party. We just started. I just gave down my my stats from last show because I made my Letterboxd list, and I was really curious after you guys did it. I was like, I want to do that, so I did that.
How many? I missed it, but how many per decade?
Oh, okay. So I actually wrote that. Okay, so this is funny. So I had 1 in the 20s, 1 in the 50s. So I had nothing in the 30s or 40s. I had 6 in the 60s. 13 in the 70s, 55 from the 80s, 6 from the 90s, 7 from the 2000s, and only the 1 from 2010 and on. And that was I Saw the Devil from 2010. So my oldest was 1921 and my newest was 2010. But 55 from the 80s, man. And I kind of figured, like, because I'm very 80s centric. Yeah, and it kind of made sense. I actually thought I would have had more from the 70s in my list, but I guess it's just when you have 55 from the 80s, you don't leave that much room for other decades, to be honest. It's pretty wild.
I think 70s were my most. They had to be.
I honestly, dude, I have a lot of films from the 70s that were in my hundreds, so probably 150. And going back to the whole Hammer thing, there quite a few of them are Hammer because I love the early 70s Hammer films. Like that era of Hammer is like really awesome to me. So a few of those films are in there also, but yeah, pretty fun stuff.
Yeah, I have 30 in the 70s. That was my most.
You had 13?
30.
Oh, 30. Wow. Yeah.
So it's funny that we both didn't have one in the 30s, and we both had like very little in the 40s. In the 40s, but then we had 350s films. Or we both didn't have any 40s ones. We had 30. I had a 30s film.
I know I cut a couple more from the 50s. Like,
yeah, but either way, like my numbers weren't huge in any of those years. So it's like interesting that like those same years, like none of us like passed over, but we also both had silent movies.
Right. Yeah, that was a fun show. Epic.
That was
epic
something
shit.
I definitely noticed about your list, that you had like almost no modern movies.
No, it's because like I don't find myself going back to films unless it's weird. It's like they have to be older. It's just the way my mentality. I don't even think of it. It's just like once something's kind of reached like that kind of age process, I guess it's just like, oh shit, you know. Yeah. But it was shocking to myself because you don't think about it when you're making lists. I'm literally making my favorite list, and that's what it is. It's just very organic when you're doing it. I'm not thinking twice about anything. And it was shocking to see the stats, but you know, having that much in the 80s wasn't overly that much of a surprise to me. But
yeah, I think the biggest distinguisher from me for both of you, just with how the stats came out, is I think you guys are way more on rewatches than I am. I don't rewatch as many movies as you guys do.
So
I think that's.
I typically don't, but these 100 movies are like insane amount of rewatches. Like, I mean, there's some that I have logged 9 times on Letterboxd, and that's only from 2012 to now or whatever.
Yeah.
That's not even counting my like younger days watching.
Of any of the movies, I really even only have a handful that I would say are in the double digits. So I think it's easier for a more modern movie to make my list, just because I think I have less like rewatch distribution all around. That something I've seen 3 times since like 2020 or something might hold as much weight as something I've seen like 3 times from I don't know, like 1980, but I've watched that over 10 years. I think the biggest thing though, like with that, I have a hard time putting a modern movie on unless even if it's something I've seen a bunch of times, is you do kind of need that time to let the movie digest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
even
that's why that's why like Hereditary didn't make my list, because although it made my number one spot of the year that it came out, I've only seen it twice, and like it's not one that I revisit, that I plan to like revisit anytime soon, like a lot. Whereas, like, did you not have Day of the Dead on your list?
No, I Day of the Dead.
Oh, did you?
I didn't have Night, and I didn't have Dawn.
Okay.
I had Day.
Wow.
Because you didn't have Return of the Living Dead.
I didn't have Return, but like something like Return could have made the list on a different day.
Yeah,
even
like that's
honestly,
a movie that I watch, and I'm like, I just don't know how this isn't like everybody's like one of their favorite movies ever.
Yeah, like even like Dawn and Night could have made it on a different day. I've never really been that big on Night, but I feel Night's one of those movies that one of these times I'll watch and everything will just click right and be like, yeah, it's this is better than I think it is.
Do you guys have any films like on your Letterboxd, like in your most watched list or whatever, that didn't make your top 100? I was just kind of cross-referencing right now, and I was looking at it, and like for horror films, so like Halloween 3 did, Silent Night, Deadly Night, Christmas Evil, Demons. But then the first one that pops up here that didn't make my list is Krampus. I may have forgot about it, and Day of the Beast, and also Don't Open Till Christmas. They're all like 5 times. And this is, of course, from 2018 on.
There's actually a lot that didn't make my list that are a lot.
Yeah, and those are favorites of mine. Like they would definitely be somewhere, like if we expanded it to like 150 or whatever, but it's just a matter of only having certain amount of places. But as I go on, like I've watched Grave Robbers 4 times, but I wouldn't consider it to be a favorite. It's just I've ended up watching it 4 times.
The highest one I have is I got 4 logs on The Strange Vice of Mrs. Ward, and that really wasn't even a consideration.
For me, it was Leprechaun 1 and 2 with 10 and 9 times each. They could have made it on any day, but frankly, dude, I'm just kind of burnt out on those 2 movies lately.
Yeah. Dude, like, you watch him every year on
year.
St. Patty's and shit. Like I always check your letterbox, and I'm like, oh, there he's doing the marathon again.
Yeah,
I saw The Devil is another one on mine. I have 3 logs, and that could have made my list, but I think by the time I was like looking at that, I had already compiled a good amount of modern movies, and it's like you kind of got to a tough one. I was actually telling Moodz before we started, 2 of the movies that just missed my list that actually got pushed off for older movies were Green Room and Possessor.
Yeah, I had Green Room on my list for a long time. I eventually made a compromise that like it's probably the least horror movie on my list, so I was like, I think I could cut it. Even though I do still feel I actually had a lot more modern to start that ended up dropping off the list just because, again, like I haven't spent as much time with them, but probably the biggest movie in terms of watches that didn't make my list is Reanimator. I've logged that 8 times, and it didn't even make my 211 list.
Oh, that's fucking wild.
That I started with. And a lot of the reasons that I watched that is like, one, for 1985, it played at like, I think I seen it at the drive-in like 3 or 4 times. Like, I think I reviewed it as a screener one time. Like, so it was like, you know, I watched it a lot because of just happenstance.
That's like my number 26 film, and it could easily be in my top 20.
Joe Bob showed it during the marathon. So it's just like, I just happened to watch it a bunch of times. Another one is Know What You Did Last Summer. That is,
I kind of expected that to be on your list. That's Know What You Did Last Summer.
Yeah.
I expected you to have more. I expected you to have more of like those post-Scream movies.
Yeah, I really only had like The Faculty and like...
Yeah, oh, you're The Faculty. See how you did it, but like I thought like I don't know exactly how you feel about all these movies, but I felt something like stuff like Valentine, Urban Legend was all in play for you.
Nope. I do like those movies and they are nostalgic for me, but I wouldn't consider them my favorite. Out of all those type of movies, I Know What You Did Last Summer is probably my favorite because
that one too, for sure.
It also has that like holiday theme to it that makes it easier to watch regularly.
That makes sense.
But I did have the other film that I really considered was Phantasm 4. I really love Phantasm 4, but I didn't have enough room for it really. I did end up with 6 Friday the 13th films though. So
Yeah.
6 Fridays. I think I had 4 Halloweens.
I didn't have a lot of sequels in my list.
5 Halloweens. I had 5 Halloweens.
I don't think I had.
I mean, I guess if you count Dawn and Day as sequels.
Yeah, like
I had 4 Nightmare on Elm Streets as well. I had a lot of sequels overall.
Yeah, you definitely did.
The only sequel I think I technically had was Day.
I mean, I had the Devil's Rejects. It's a sequel.
Technically, Silence of the Lambs is a sequel too.
Zombie 3. I had Demons 2. Friday 6.
Demons 2 was on my
Nightmare
list
on Elm Street 4. 3. So I mean, I had a few, but not a lot though. Friday 3. Did I say that? Psycho 2. Not a ton. Oh, Child's Play 3. That was the other one.
I had Child's Play 2 and 3 and 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not really a huge sequel person. I don't know.
I mean, I love sequels.
See, I am. I've always been a massive I think when I was growing up, like if I liked something, I just wanted more of it. So I would like.
When I was younger, I used to be, because a lot of those like early horror movies, like the big franchise, I binged like when I was very early in my horror days. Like I watched all the 8 like Hellraiser and Fridays. I did stuff like that. But
I think also like with me, like my like child brain when I was like 6 years old renting like these horror movies, like in my head, if there was more of the same movie, like Halloween 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5, then that meant it was good because there wouldn't be so many if it wasn't good.
Oh yeah, for sure. I would definitely think that too. And like stuff like that, when I like, well, especially when you're a kid, I think has like it's a lot cooler. Like you're way less ready to let go of like that was a 90-minute story I watched when you're a kid than I am now.
Mm-hmm.
But there is like a ton of stuff that I like. Your Vice is a Locked Room, Tenebrae, Zombie 3, Burial Ground was the one I actually forgot about that probably would make my list.
Dude, it's actually quite crazy, man. Like
Cannibal Apocalypse is another one that's become a favorite of mine.
Yeah, that actually was on my list too, and then it got bumped off. But like my 100 to like 150, there's a lot of fucking Italian films and a lot of Hammer films in there. It's weird.
I included this, so like I posted, I put my list publicly on Letterboxd, and like I posted it, and I put in the section. These were the movies that were like on the list and like the final cut that missed my list. These are the movies: Green Room, Possessor, Phantom of the Paradise, Basket Case, Cat People, 1942, Midsummer, Substance, Killing of a Sacred Deer, Nightmare on Elm Street, where Queen kills 7 times.
Oh wow!
I'm actually
Nightmare on Elm Street wasn't. That's crazy.
Have Nightmare.
Yeah,
and also a little surprised you didn't have Midsommar. Since
that was one, that was one that like made the cut. But I would
probably say like in the modern horror era, like from the time we started the show, like 2013 on, like my 2 favorites are The Witch and Midsommar. Like those are my 2 favorite.
Mine are probably Lighthouse and Hereditary. Aside from I saw the TV glow. That's funny.
And Green Room's like right up there as well.
Yeah,
but also
I like
It
Bone
Follows
Tomahawk a lot too.
It Follows was on there for a while. I really like that movie. Substance I thought about, but I'd only seen it one time, and I couldn't. I didn't feel right having it.
I saw that one 3 times, and like if someone was like, "Let's watch The Substance," I'd be like, "Absolutely." I've seen that 3 times, and like with Hereditary, I've literally seen Hereditary about 10 times at this point. So that one's a little different. Same with The Lighthouse. I've seen The Lighthouse like 6-7 times.
I thought of another one too. Actually, I forgot to mention it that I completely forgot to put on my list, which was Hellraiser. So
yeah,
that's just one that got missed. Lost Boys.
I had Hellraiser 1 and 2. But another thing that I noticed that I gravitated away from is like, I think Inside was in my top 50 back when I did it. Something that I gravitated away from this time was including like films that were subtitled, because like for me, I don't ever reach for those movies to watch. Like when I just have time to watch a movie, even though I love them, it's just something I never do. So I was just like, I really like took a lot of those like French films and, Italian films that I love that are not in English, and kind of took them off the list, which is, not to say that I don't love those movies, but it's just that for this particular list. I kind of did it how Moodz and how Dave mentioned, where I just sort of went through my collection and just picked movies that I go like regularly like to pop in.
I didn't like even compiling, like when we did our top 50, it wasn't really hard for me to do because I could just ring it off my head. Like I have you see how much I rewatch movies all the time, right? Mm-hmm. You look on my Letterboxd and then you look at like the year total for real. And there's always like 30, 40, 50, 60 higher because of rewatches and shit. Right. Yeah. So it was pretty easy for me to do, to be honest. Yeah, I mean,
half my list came out of the chute like right away, like 40 something titles, because I have a list that I always had posted all my favorite movies. So the first thing I did was just go to that list. And that list has a rule of minimum. I can't put a movie on this list unless I've seen it twice. So I already had a list that had all my favorite horror movies on it, and I just dumped all those on a list. And that made up pretty much the front half of my list. And then I just went to horror and just like cycled down and went that way.
Basically, one of the first films I got cut was actually Horror Dracula, going back to the whole Hammer thing. So just out of whatever, I'd put that probably at 101. But yeah, I mean, it's fucking hard, man. I mean, I could compile like another 100 films pretty fucking easily, to be honest. Some shit that I love watching, and like I just, yeah.
Something that's interesting about my list too is since I stuck to the tag of only horror movies, there's two movies that would have made my top 10 that were not on the list that I would call horror movies because they don't have a horror tag.
I took out Wake and Fright because you made that joke about, fucking what Tyler's gonna have fucking Wake and Fright on there. I'm like, shit.
I would have counted. Oh yeah, see, I would have counted that movie too, if I was just going by like what I think is a horror movie. But I would have had two movies in my top 10.
I don't think it has a horror tag on it anywhere, though.
It doesn't. No. At some point it did, but it doesn't anymore.
No.
So I didn't look at my first list, my top 50 from that episode until after we were done recording. But only two movies were different in my top 10. Not different places, but just weren't included in my top 10 this time. And it was Blair Witch and Psycho. Made my top 10 last time. Were not in my top 10 this time. And I also mentioned that Halloween has like steadily went up my list, but that's actually not true because it was my number 6 last time and it was my number 7 this time.
Who's in stock?
I can't remember exactly how my top 50 was, but I know Maniac was in my top 10 and it was number 16 on this one. And I'm pretty sure Phantasm may have not have been in there. It's number 7 now. So, but I know like the order's different because Dawn Return and then Demons at number 3. That's definitely higher because I think The Beyond was number 2. So that's number 5 and City dropped 2. So I think
my
they
1
stuck
and
at
2
number
were
4.
actually the same. So like Texas Chainsaw and Nightmare on Elm Street 3 were both the same on both lists.
I can't remember.
Scream was 3 for me on my old list and it was 10 for me on this list. So it dropped a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, now I'm very happy with my top 5 right now. Texas Chainsaw, Elm Street 3, Return of the Living Dead, Day of the Dead, and Phantasm. Like that is a solid top 5 for me. So
what was that? What was that again? Say that?
Texas Chainsaw, Elm Street 3, Return of the Living Dead, Day of the Dead, and Phantasm. Those are my current top 5.
Yeah, we do have close to it because Day of the Dead is my number 4, Returns number 2, Phantasm number 7, and
so
Day is
number 4 for me, and Return is 3 for me. So
yeah,
pretty close. Yeah, but Elm Street 3 is my second favorite horror.
Where did you have
movie.
Demons?
Demons was far. It was like top, probably like. Where the hell was Demons at?
I remember it was low. It was like super or high or low.
On 38.
Yeah.
I was going to say top 30 would have been what I thought.
Yeah, it's interesting to break these things down.
But just like for comparison, I went on that slasher run. It was Friday 3, Sleepaway Camp, My Bloody Valentine, Friday 1, Friday 5, Friday 2, Friday 4.
Yeah. It did seem like you're talking about a lot of fucking sequels, man.
Yeah, it was hilarious. Like it was all slashers just like in a row right there.
Right. That's crazy. Tyler, did you see Black Phone 2?
I did not see Black.
Oh, you haven't seen it yet?
I'm looking forward to it because I hear it's basically Dream Warriors.
It got it, dude. It was.
I wouldn't say like fully Dream Warriors, but it's definitely like Elm Street.
Yeah, I'm falling behind on the movies for this year, but like I'm kind of looking forward to getting back up to see that Frankenstein. What's the other one? Shelby Oaks. Even if I haven't heard good things, I heard Shelby Oaks is like a Blake Mungo ripoff.
I don't know, man.
Dude, the thing about Shelby Oaks is like, I bet I watch it and it's exactly what I thought it was, because if you've ever watched that Chris dude's videos,
was his name like, Stuckman? Is it
Stuckman?
I haven't watched his
you know the style of movie that he likes.
Like, I really don't like that guy, man. I tried to watch a couple of his videos. I've honestly
never liked him either, but I also know, I'm pretty sure he was like raised in like a almost like a cult or something. You know what I mean? Like,
I didn't know that.
Like he was like raised on like a, like a religious compound or something like that.
Interesting.
He, like, left it. So I assume it might have.
What a wild story that is, man. That's crazy.
I'm pretty sure. Don't quote me, because like I said, I don't follow this guy or anything, but I feel like I remember hearing that.
Yeah. When I found out that he like wrote and directed this movie, I was like, oh.
Well, this has been. I mean, this was at Fantasia like 3 years ago or something.
Yeah.
Like, I remember it being talked about back then.
I was just surprised it got like as much as of a wide release that it actually got.
I'm surprised that it was produced by Mike Flanagan.
Yeah, man, that's wild. It must
have
a
big name for your first feature. You know what I mean?
So how did him and Flanagan come to fruition with this thing? Like, how did that? Because if it was produced by him, that means it was in development and he decided to produce a kind of thing, right? It's not an after effect.
I imagine that his YouTube credentials probably got him somewhere.
Yeah,
he is pretty damn popular, isn't he?
He's a very big YouTuber.
Just by putting his name on it adds value to like someone, to the idea, to the release attention it's going to get. So like, at least you can look at it from whether it's good or not. There's some investor that is willing to say, well, this guy's really has this built-in fan base. So if he made a movie and promoted it for years, it's probably a reasonable investment. So just on that merit alone,
I generally do not like popular horror YouTubers. Like, and it's so weird because it's like, I grew up
because they can't
community, but like the popular ones all seem to have like a level of like, I don't know, like almost like basic bitch to them. You know what I mean?
Oh, there's a lot of basic bitch too, but the problem is with a lot of those guys, they're getting a lot of free shit to review though too, and it's just they're just conforming to what these companies want to hear. They're not giving their honest opinions, and it's pretty obvious. I mean, this is something that we talked about 10 years ago with a lot of YouTubers that started getting screeners and shit. They would seem to like not like these certain type of films, but then they're getting free shit and then like, oh yeah, this movie's fucking great and stuff. And I'm like,
listen, I'm like, so really honest that like Carly was annoyed at my review of Emasculator because I was like honest about how I felt about it.
I mean, that's one thing I've always taken pride in everything I've ever done on YouTube. And so when I got screeners, like I've told the story a million times, I've been kicked off of screener things because I was too honest and I hated movies. But with 22 shots, like we've never fronted. If we like something, we like it. If we don't, we don't. And we're straight. What you hear is what you're getting. We never try to fucking post, like we never try to trick people or we don't care. More people need to be a little bit more honest about their shit, a little bit more genuine. I can see through these bigger YouTubers and like, there's so many channels right now that are just plastered with guys that are getting so much free shit and they're just giving it like the best review. I'm like, fucking bullshit, man. Like this is not honest.
It's not even that 100% that even bothers me anymore. That used to bother me more. It's just that like who's the guy that does the kill count, right? Like that guy, like some of his like thoughts and opinions are just like whack to me. I don't know. Like,
of course. I mean, there's definitely popular YouTubers out there and stuff that have, unbiased opinions and, trying to whatever and give their honest shit, but it doesn't mean you have to agree with it either. I mean, yeah, there's some dudes out there. Like there's this one guy I watch from time to time and he's always talking about like how he's not really into like a lot of like blood and gore movies and stuff like that. And, but he likes movies with like, very heartfelt characters and like romantic love story.
I feel like he's in the wrong genre, bro.
That's what I always say to him too. I'm just like, what the fuck, man? It's crazy, but it kind of sticks to like folk horror and like hammer horror and shit like that. Stuff that's like a little less on the gratuity and so I'm just like, it's so weird to me, but I don't really try to pigeonhole myself like that, and I just like watch everything. Well,
I think that's like
sometimes you like what you like, sometimes you don't.
That is pretty unique. Is like our range of stuff we like is so vast, and the stuff we cover is so vast. Like, I mean, I'm obviously biased because I'm us, but like, I truly think that our show has always been unique in covering everything. You know what I mean? Like, that's in the horror world. So I've always really prided our show on that, because there's like different tiers of shows out there, but like there's shows out there that will only like touch the popular, Nightmare on Elm Street and Friday the 13th and Halloween over and over and over again. Or there's shows that will only cover like, super indie, no budget stuff. And then there's shows that are stuck in the 80s and won't watch anything modern. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, we cover everything from films from the silent era to modern to no budget to trauma to full moon to Asian, every country, like we just do everything. Exploitation, Nazi exploitation, like everything.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of Nazi exploitation, I got this in the mail today.
Ilsa
4K sitting right beside me.
Waiting on it to show up on Kino sale.
I couldn't wait though. I was just like, I got to get this.
Yeah, I think Harem, the second one, Keeper of the Oil Sheiks, Keeper of the Oil Sheiks is I think it's about out, or it's almost out.
Yeah,
I'm not available even sure. For pre-order.
I couldn't find. Yeah, maybe it's available now for me, but the pre-order was taking forever to come up. So, yeah, man. I mean, yeah, it's just I like to explore. It's like when I do my 31 days, it's like I like to, make a little bit of rules for myself, hit a film from each decade from the 30s up, hit 15 different countries and stuff. I was telling Tyler, I had a comment last year where this guy said to me, he's like, it was like day 27 or day 20. He's like, I can't watch your movies or your reviews anymore because all you do is review foreign stuff in Asian movies. It was funny.
I just kind of been doing whatever this year.
Yeah.
Like I had a little bit of a plan, but like I kind of threw it out the window like halfway through and just reviewed anything.
Yeah. I mean,
but it's actually been, I haven't failed yet technically. Like I've posted ones really late, like at like 2 a.m. and stuff like that, but it's still the same day for me. Like I was watching the Jays game the other night, the fucking record setting Jays game.
Oh my God.
And I was like, I started watching it and it was like 10 o'clock or something. And I was like, I need to do a review. Well, the game will probably be over before midnight or whatever. And then next thing you know, it was like 17th inning. I was like, I got to record this review. So I went and recorded it like while I was watching it in the background. And then like, as soon as I finished, they lost.
Yeah. Our hearts were broken by Freddie Freeman, who's a fucking Canadian.
But
can you believe that?
That's crazy. But you won the next game.
Yeah. It was a good game last night. Yeah, man. 31 days almost over, man. This whole month went by super quick. Super quick.
It's crazy that we were in Wasteland earlier this month.
Yeah. It's been a really busy, hectic month.
It's been a really busy, like for me too. Like even last weekend, I went to the drive-in and watched like 4 Elm Streets and shit. Dude, by the way, that was fun as hell. Like, because me and Carly go to the drive-in all the time and like see these like retro stuff, but like Carly actually wasn't with me at this one, and it was like me and like my coworker Heather and her husband, and then 2 friends that used to work at the other hotel with me, and we had like a fire pit and stuff. Like you pay like $100 and you get like a fire pit with a bunch of wood and shit.
That's cool.
And it's like right at the front, and like the drive-in. I was kind of sad, but the drive-in was dead as hell. Like it's a 3-screen drive-in. There were maybe like 2 cars at the 3rd screen. At our screen, there was us, and then like maybe 4 cars, and then the other screen that was showing like more kid friendly movie, there was like 7 cars or something.
Why was it so dead? Because like, what? That makes no sense to me.
By the 3rd movie, we were the only people in the entire drive-in. Just me and my friends.
What the fuck? Like, was it not promoted? Because I would feel
no, it was promoted. It's just like this town, like my town is not huge, but like in my town, like it was promoted within the town, but like nobody travels to our drive-in like we travel to other drive-ins. Like nobody, I don't know if they just don't have the reach to like let people know about that or whatever, but yeah, it was kind of sad. They're showing 5, 6, and 7 this weekend. I might go Friday night and watch them. But the vibe was so good, bro. It was like cold. The screen was real clear. It wasn't like foggy or anything. The fire, the smoke, like it smelled good. Like it was just a total vibe. It was just us there sitting on hay bales and shit.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, man.
4 Elm Streets. And it was really fun because my coworker Heather doesn't watch movies really or like horror movies. So the whole time she's just like, I told her, I was like, that's Johnny Depp. And she was like, blew her mind. And she's like, is he going to die? Are they going to kill Johnny Depp? Like the whole time, like wondering, like asking. And we're like, just watch the fucking movie. And like,
so she'd never seen any of these movies before. That's wild.
No. And then in part 4, she was crushing on Dan, who's like the worst character in the movie.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, don't kill Dan. Are they going to kill Dan? It was just really funny. And then like I was me and Matt, my friend Matt, were the only people that had seen 2 and 3, so like that was fun to just watch the reactions of them. I was like, by the way, this movie's really gay. And they were like, what do you mean? I was like you'll see, but I'll point out some stuff.
Yeah.
So it was really fun, dude. I had a blast with that. Like that was one of the funnest I've had at the drive-in with like the fire pit is the way to go, man.
Man, I've been to drive-ins quite often, but I've never been around a fire pit before. I guess I kind of do that thing.
Started doing it last year where it's like $100 for the fire pit and it comes with the 6 movie tickets. So
I mean, in a sense,
really
I kind of do
expensive.
When I do my projection out of my cabin because I sit around my fire too, right? So it's kind of the same thing, but it's it's only 100 inches. And I walked on a big fucking 4,000 inch screen.
Well, we definitely needed a fire pit that night. The temperature went down to like 40 degrees, dude. It was cold as shit.
Yeah, that's cold.
I don't know what that is Celsius.
Oh, it's probably fucking 5 degrees, maybe. Celsius, something like that. It's cold. It's fucking cold.
Yeah, my toes were fucking frozen when I got in the car to leave.
Yeah, I bet. That sounds pretty fun though. It's too bad that more people weren't there for something like that. Cause like being around a bunch more people would have been pretty unique though.
Well, it was actually funny because all the staff, after they closed the snack bar after the second movie, the whole staff like came out and lit up one of the fire pits and just watched the last 2 movies. Like, wow, I think they were like drinking or something.
Are they licensed at the drive-in to serve booze?
No, I think they just went and got some.
Oh, so they did kind of after hours thing. Yeah. Like they just, I guess it doesn't really make sense to have a licensed drive-in because if everyone was drinking, they wouldn't be able to actually leave and it just turned into dead-end drive-in.
Right. Yeah.
And then you just have a dead-end drive-in on your hands. That's funny. But
yeah, it was awesome, dude. I highly recommend doing it if you ever get the chance.
Yeah. I mean, I would love to do something. I mean, if I had the opportunity, I would have totally been there for that, but I mean, it's my favorite franchise, and to see it that way is pretty unique. Pretty cool experience.
Yeah, no, it's totally cool. But the funny thing is, I did that twice this year. Another drive-in showed all of them back in April. So this is my second time doing that for Elm Street. And
man,
the other screen was showing Devil's Rejects and House of a Thousand Corpses in that order, and it weirded me the fuck out.
Why?
So the thing about the drive-in
that's weird
is most people, like over half of the audience, leaves after the first film.
Yeah. I have a drive-in that I go to very infrequently.
I think they sometimes will put the more popular movie first.
Yeah.
Because that's the movie people are going to come for.
Yeah, that would really bug me to watch them backwards.
Bug me too. Because I was going to go Saturday night, like, because I went Friday for Elm Street. I was going to go Saturday for the Rob Zombie double feature, but after I saw it was playing on opposite it, like backwards. I was like, I don't even know if I want to do that now. So I didn't end up going. Oh, and they actually had an issue with the projection of House of a Thousand, so they stopped showing that movie. They didn't even show it that night. Wow. I guess it was fixed for night two, but nobody was there anyway. So
fuck it.
Yeah,
crazy. Yeah. Anyways, going back to the Black Phone too. I'm not going to spend any time on it really, but I just wanted to say I actually really enjoyed it. And
I'm looking forward to it.
It has pretty good atmosphere. It has good sound, shot well, pretty neat story where they took it, because obviously if you've seen the first film, you know how it ends. So pretty interesting. They brought back the whole cast, like the three main people from the first one, which was cool.
Yeah. I like, the first one was set in 78, and then this one's set in 82, so it has that kind of 80s grit to it and stuff. But I really enjoyed like all the dream sequences in the film because it really gets dark and gritty. They almost put like a different filter, or however they did it. I'm not even sure if he shot this on film. Probably not. Maybe he did. I never actually checked. It's hard to tell nowadays because before filters were so good. They're so good now. It's like actually hard to tell. The dream sequences were really cool and stuff. And I kind of feel like this is the Nightmare on Elm Street film that we're never going to get. It's probably one of the closest things we're ever going to see to like a Nightmare on Elm Street film. And it's very similar to like a Dream Warriors in a sense. I mean, I feel like there's a couple plot holes, like not really plot holes, but just maybe kind of minor glitches with the girl's character a little bit and how fighting him in the dreams. There's one particular part I kind of like scratched my head at. I was like, how is that working right now? I don't really get that, but I guess if you chalk up to dream logic, but then again, it's just like, it's kind of like Freddy though, too. Like she's getting hurt in her dreams. And I think if you die in your dreams, I mean, it's physically affecting you in the real world. Right. So, but yeah, there's just one scene in the water where I thought it was kind of interesting how it played out, but all in all, man, I really enjoyed it, man. I thought that Ethan Hawke did a great job. Once again, the look of him was so demonic. And there's actually a scene in the film where he rips off the bottom of his mask and he just looks fucking...
It really almost made me feel like he would be a good Freddy.
The second that he ripped off the mouthpiece off his mask, I was like, holy shit. And he's all fucked up and stuff. And I was like, yeah, man, he kind of resembles Freddy a lot. And it's also because you're living in that logic though, too. Within the film. So it really kind of like really accentuated his look and how demonic he was and shit. And I was like, wow, this is really Nightmare on Elm Street now. But not to take anything away from it. It's just what it is. And I think it was really good. I really like the first one too. I'd have to go back and rewatch it too. But
I really loved the setting. Like it was just awesome.
Yeah. The snowy setting, it really did scream cold vibes, winter vibes.
Especially like the heaters that they had in the cabins and shit. There was just like that, like probably a kerosene, like weird, like heaters that just illuminate hot.
Well, what I liked about the setting, not only is that it's like at a camp, but it's at a Bible camp of all things. Yeah. It's set at a Bible camp, like up in the,
but it makes sense.
Denver
ties into
mountains.
The character in the first film, because she was kind of like talking to Jesus.
Yeah, right. And then, of course, finding out. But there's some like reveals in the film too. It's just like, damn, dude. Pretty good.
Yeah. I thought it was neat. I liked it. Has any of you guys watched the It Welcome to Derry show yet?
No.
I haven't got to it, but
I don't know when I'm going to be able to watch anything like that because we have so much goddamn prep. Like this month has already been so crazy with 300. And then it's kind of funny because we're recording this show like 4 days later because JP had to cancel on Sunday. And then we rebooked for Monday and it wasn't going to work. And then I was so busy at work and shit. So here we are on a Wednesday and we need to show up by Friday, but we're recording on Sunday again. And then we're recording the following Thursday for Simbin and then Sunday again. So it's just a fuck ton of prep.
Have we decided what we're doing for the first Italian horror month?
Yeah, so we just took the liberties of. I was on the horn with Tony and Greg, just figuring out weeks because there's one particular week that Tom can't do. So I put the first week we're just going to do the Italian Horror Volume 1 show.
Okay.
Because it's got no guest, because it's kind of late to ask people to prep for it, like on a fucking Thursday night or whatever. It's like, hey, want to watch all these films in like 2 days? So we're going to do that. And then we're going to do Fulci 4 with Greg second week. And then the third week we're going to do, hopefully with Tom, we're going to do Bava 3. And then week 4 will be with Tony, and that'll be the Beyond the Door trilogy.
Cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, that all the listeners, that's what we're doing for Italian Horror Month this year.
Yeah, and the films for Fulci 4 are Manhattan Baby, Murder Rock, and Enigma. And then Mario Bava 3 is Black Sabbath, The Girl Who Knew Too Much,
and Planet of the Vampires.
So a lot of his earlier stuff. Yeah. And then of course the door, for the people that don't know, Beyond the Door is Beyond the Door. And then the second one is actually called Shock. Most people know it as Shock. Mario Bava. So we're actually doing 4 Mario Bava films, which is actually kind of funny. So Mario Bava's Shock is known as Beyond the Door Part 2. And then Part 3, aka Beyond the Door 3, which is also known as Amok Train. So
is that the one that Vinegar Syndrome put out?
They did put that out, actually. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I have that.
Yeah. So it's like this weird trilogy of films that have no correlation with each other whatsoever. They were just it's very Italian, where they just kept getting renamed and stuff. And this is Shock. This is Beyond the Door Part 2. No, it's not. It's fucking when you watch it right after, you're like, no, it's not. And then Amok Train is completely polar opposite of both those other ones. So, but it'll be fun. It's 3 fun films to do. And plus we knock out 4 Mario Bava films. So that's good. But yeah, so that's Italian Horror Month. That's coming up shortly. Looking forward to that. And there's actually technically 5 weeks there's 5 Sundays in November, but I think we'll utilize that last one for the first December show.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like the last day, so it'll be like into December weekend. So yeah, we'll do that. And then so it'll be Christmas show and maybe some more winter horror. I have no idea what we're gonna do. We haven't got that far. We've been so busy we can't even get on the horn even to
I mean, we did plan out a handful of shows, so that's good. I think we have at least one or 2 in December planned already.
I don't even remember.
Well, one is a top 10 show, and then one is just a Christmas show.
Yeah, Christmas show. Is that the second top 10 show?
Yeah, that'll be part 2.
Okay.
10 more Christmas.
It'll be 10 more. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, we'll figure out what we're going to do, because there is definitely a week in there that I can't record. I'm not going to be in the town. So.
All right. So yeah, that's what we got coming up. It feels good to be back on like regular schedule again. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, no doubt.
Because 300 was just such a wall to climb,
It hasn't felt like we've taken that much time off. It's just been a little bit. I mean, it's not like, because we did the summer shows and then we came back and we did a late summer show, so that was nice. And then 92. So I mean, there has been shows. It's just we're here at the end of October and okay, we got to get to it. So, but yeah, with that said, man, that's what's coming up for Italian Horror Month into December. And then of course, right after December will be the top 10 of 2025 show, which I really hope that this year gets a little bit stronger, because going over my movies, I'm like, oh my God, we're into November now. And I say this every year. I'm like, fuck, I'm getting worried. But remember in 2023, when it really did end up bad, we were all struggling to make a top 10 list.
Yeah, so, I think I'm like, I feel much better about this year than everybody I've talked to, pretty much.
If things don't change, you guys are gonna hate me at the top 10 show.
I mean, I could make a list right now. I mean, there is some films I've really enjoyed. I mean,
if
even recently.
I've stressed the term horror before. Oh my God.
Oh, dude, are you going out the fucking frame with this one? And
no,
there's like 19 tags, and the last one is horror.
It literally it's opening the door for some pretty suspect shit that has a horror tag on it.
Well, I mean, there's still a few films to come anyways that could be.
I can tell you right away, a movie I think on an average year I would not consider a horror movie is The Surfer. But a year like this year, I think The Surfer's a horror movie.
Dude. Okay. When does the Keeper come out?
I don't know, but there's still a lot of time left, honestly. So this is kind of when it gets hot. Like you got the last 2 months.
Yeah, hopefully it does. I mean,
because all right, think around this was the Substance out. Yeah, Substance came out in September. So what was not out yet at this time last year? Nosferatu.
I don't know how many films made top 10 lists that came out in the last 2 months last year. I know Nosferatu was the big one.
Nosferatu did.
Yeah. There was a couple.
There was another one that I kind of liked, but I don't think would make lists. Is Bloody Axe Wound that came out like the very last week of December or something.
Did Tony have Y2K on his list? That one was really late.
I don't remember.
Someone had Y2K, I think. But yeah, that one was really late. I don't know. I guess there wasn't a lot. I guess Nosferatu is the only one. So maybe we've already heated up. Maybe we've peaked.
Is that new Yargos movie a horror film?
Supposedly, it's probably.
Is it really?
Film. It's probably a horror film in this year.
I'm looking forward.
It's about. I didn't see it yet. I wanna. It's about alien, but it's about like alien abduction. Isn't it? I think it's someone gets abducted by aliens.
Is it as good as Jimmy and Stiggs? That's the question.
Well, I didn't watch that one yet.
Yeah, I'll be checking that one out soon. Keeper, I'm looking forward to that. I mean, Frankenstein's Frankenstein. I mean, I'm not going to harp on it, but
all right,
I never get overly that excited for him. But
maybe not. It says this is the description: 2 conspiracy-obsessed young men kidnap the high-powered CEO of a major company, convinced that she is an alien intent on destroying planet Earth.
I saw the trailer for it when I went and seen Black Phone 2, and it didn't correlate with me that it was a horror film at all. Yeah,
well, it's not listed as horror.
Yeah, it didn't look like one at all.
Yeah, and it really, if you think about his last movie, you could pitch his last movie, Poor Things, as a Frankenstein movie.
Yeah.
If you tried really hard, and that movie's not remotely close to a horror movie.
We also have Silent Night, Deadly Night still on the slate.
Oh, I saw the trailer for that too.
Which I think has actually gotten decent reviews.
Oh, Terrifier 3 was late in the year last year.
Oh yeah, it was Christmas.
Oh, it was too, yeah, because it was well, no, it came out in October, didn't it?
I think it came in November randomly.
Was it November? Yeah, it was late.
Did anybody check out Stefanski's Deathstalker yet?
No. No. I have not checked that out.
No, it was October. I saw it on theaters. I logged in October.
Yeah, there's still a few I need to go back and check out. Like I need to see the Toxic Avenger, which I need to see it for myself.
I watched the Witchboard remake this week. It was so bad.
Dude, I've heard from everybody that it is a blatant piece of shit. How in the fuck could it be that bad? Like,
it's so bad.
That is crazy, dude. Because that was Chuck Russell that did that film, right?
Yeah.
That's fucking wild, dude. That's
CGI, it's just so bad. It's like not even just like how bad the CGI is. I don't even like that's such a low hanging fruit complaint. But man, this movie was.
But I mean,
it was so bloated. Like everything, half the time it was like every character's personality was feel sympathy for me.
So we still have, these are some of the films that we still have. Frankenstein, that might be out already.
Yeah, I think that just came out.
The new Predator movie, which looks rough.
It doesn't look good at all. I don't have any ambition to see that. PG-13 and the Predator's not the Predator. It's fucking stupid.
If you saw Osgood Perkins is the monkey, at the end it teases the Keeper, which that comes out.
I got to see it. Well. See, in Canada, I didn't get the teaser for the Keeper. But when I saw Black Phone 2 here a few days ago, I saw Silent Night, Deadly Night, and The Keeper trailers. Yeah. So that was kind of cool.
Five Nights at Freddy 2. The Anaconda remake comes out on Christmas Day.
Yeah, Five Nights at Freddy's 2 looks like shit too. I saw that trailer.
Yeah, so that's pretty much the big movies coming out still.
Yeah. Yeah, so not really a whole lot. Overly that.
I'm honestly looking forward to Silent Night, Deadly Night. It's so rare that I get to see a Christmas horror film in the theater. like a new one.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, shit.
Yeah.
One of the last ones was probably Black Christmas.
Ooh,
Oh,
that's not well. So you didn't even see a movie then? That's interesting.
Pretty much. I want somebody to release that Yoooooo 2 on Blu-ray because that first one was awesome. I don't know if you guys seen that or not.
No, it didn't.
don't forget about Chainsaw Man the movie, Jose Arc.
What is that? Chainsaw Man?
It's based
It
off the
is.
mangas.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
No, my kid had a bunch of the books, and he just got rid of all of them. Got rid of all of his shit. He had like this huge anime fucking manga collection, and got rid of everything. It's fucking wild.
I'm binging Attack on Titan right now.
It's because he got a girlfriend, and he's like, I no need for this shit anymore, and he's gonna regret that shit. I told him you're gonna regret it.
Dude, you find a chick that likes anime. Oh my god.
Like when she breaks up with you, it's gonna be like, man, I need something to
Yeah.
read. I got no books now, man.
That reminds me of like all the people I knew, like in my early 20s, that will like get the first girlfriend they've ever had in their life.
Sell all their Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Yeah, and quit Yu-Gi-Oh. And then a year and a half later, they show back up.
Bro, you can't change your whole fucking life, man. That's
Dude,
just,
there was this one kid we knew that, like, I'm not gonna say his name. I still like cool with him today if I see him like at an old man tournament. But fucking this kid was 21 years old, and he got his first girlfriend ever, and this girl was like 16, and he fucking paraded her around the store selling all his cards, like he was bragging. And every other normal person with a brain there was like, this guy is fucking so stupid. He doesn't even understand. Like, what he's doing is like embarrassing himself. Everyone here thinks you're a creep now. But
yeah. But my assessment.
Oh my god, dude! Yeah, it's so funny you mentioned that. I've seen that happen so many times.
All right. Well, anyways, do you guys have anything else for the intro?
Nope.
JP, you got to do the drawing for I think the hidden gems thing.
Yeah, we were talking about. We keep forgetting to do that.
Dude, who
Somebody
participated?
there's a couple.
There was a couple.
Okay, I'll have to
There
go
was a
back.
couple.
Well, remind me before. No, don't remind me on the show. Remind me.
Yeah, no,
before
we'll announce. We'll like give every warning if anyone wants last minute introductions. Yeah, if anyone has last minute any last minute reviews they want to put in to try to win.
Yeah,
But we'll do
for
it next.
those of you who
Let's
don't
say-
remember, it's the Hidden Gems Volume 2 that we did. If you leave a review on the YouTube video, like in the comments section of any of the movies we picked, you'll be entered for each movie that you review.
And what was the other thing? Yeah, so anyone wants to put that in, and I'll tell you, because I had another prize in mind idea months ago, but I'm gonna do something different now. So if one of the prize I'll be giving away now that we have our episode 300 out of the way, any film that made my top 100 list, I will send you. It can't be some crazy edition of it. It can't be something only to box set, but a boutique release is fine as long as it's a regular like boutique release. I will send you that.
I'll tell you right now, if anybody's curious about the cremator, don't pick that one. You won't like it.
All right.
Most of his other choices are fine. That one,
The real people, the real ones have seen the preview. The real one.
yeah, the real 4 people out there in the world.
I think you really underestimate this movie.
I think you really overestimate this movie.
This movie was a ginormous fan base. People love this movie.
Yeah, dude, I'm sure there's a lot of people who love a lot of fucking stupid movies out there that went to film school and think that they need to suck this guy's dick because he made some stupid Nazi movie that was dumb.
It's funny. It's hilarious. It's so funny. I can like hear the music playing in my head and just like all these like scenes in check of them like talking about exterminating people. It's like making me giggle.
Do you want to come to one of our houses? Do you want to watch Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3 with me? Or you want to go watch The Cremator with Tyler? Probably only Dan is going to be in your room, Tyler.
Honestly, I don't think Dan would even like. I don't think that would be Dan's choice. I don't think I'd even win that battle.
So, what episode Halloween show is this, JP?
So we stopped voluming them when we stopped doing the like listener choice ones.
Yeah.
And we started just calling it the 2025 edition. It'll be Halloween 2025 edition.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so we're doing it's an all 2004 show, right? That kind of makes sense. We got top 10 2004 coming up. So of course we got 3 films.
And I actually believe that all 3 of these movies have been in the running when we used to do the votes. They have been suggested before.
I think so. Yeah, I think so. So yeah, I mean, in a sense, it kind of is a listener show because yeah, you're right. So we got Hellbent, The Hazing, and The Hollow, 3 H films for Halloween. Weird.
All 2004, which there's like 6 movies from 2004 that take place on Halloween.
What are the other ones?
So you got for sure Satan's Little Helper.
Oh yeah, we've done that.
Yeah.
There was another one that
there was like 2 Tony sent that were like, oh, I found these in the crap pile.
I think one of the Halloween Town movies came out that year.
Oh yeah, Halloween Town High.
Oh, the second, is that the second one?
No, I think it's the third one. The first 2 are okay.
There's a third one? Oh my god.
There's 4 of them. And on one of them, they replaced Marnie with Sarah Paxton.
Nice. I mean, there's a fuck ton of movies from 2004, so having 6 or 7 Halloween films doesn't really surprise me. But
Carly said that Dark Harvest 2 is a Halloween movie.
Oh,
as well.
right. Yeah, because all those Dark Harvest films came out in the same year, right? It's like the whole trilogy.
Why are there like 18 movies called Dark Harvest?
It's funny that a whole trilogy came out in the same year, though. That's random.
Halloween Town.
I remember buying my video store shut down. I remember buying a copy of Dark Harvest 2 on fucking DVD from them for like $2.
I think I copped all 3 of those DVDs from like Second Spin back in the day, and they were all like $1. So it's like got the whole trilogy.
They're very the $2 was very overpriced for that movie.
$2, yeah. Yeah. All right. Anyways, yeah. So that's going to conclude the intro, and we'll be back here with some Halloween feature reviews momentarily. Yo, who this?
Yo, Moodz, it's your boy, the ill-mannered funky child, calling you to remind you that the featured reviews on this episode contain spoilers.
Aw, yeah, man, that's right, brother. Thanks for the heads up, playa. Now go back to being an unproductive asshole.
Fuck you. Now tell your listeners to stop being so dumb, silly, sensitive.
Yeah.
And now, our feature presentation.
All right, so getting into the featured reviews here on episode 301, Halloween 2025 edition. We're going to take it all the way back to 2004, like I just said, with all 3 of these films. And we're going to start with The Hazing, directed by Ralph Kainflisky. Nailed it. No idea. Yeah, so I just checked to see when the release dates were. The American release dates I used. And The Hazing was the earliest in the month. So yeah, of course, this one right here is a film I've actually never seen before, which I've known about. Just
surprisingly, since it has Shepis in it.
Yeah, so it's got Brad Dourif, who plays the professor in this film. It's got a small little cameo from Brooke Burke, which I thought was so weird to see her.
Who is Brooke Burke?
Honestly, dude, I recognize her. Like, she's like this super hot chick. I know she did a bunch of TV, and I looked at her IMDb, and she actually was in The Wraith from like 86 or whatever. But she's not like a big actor. She does things here and there. I know she's known from like, I think she's a fitness person. Let me see. Yeah. And she's like a TV host and stuff like that, but she's dabbled in acting and stuff, but she's pretty hot. And of course it's got my homegirl, Tiffany Shepis in the film. Perry Shen's in this one. Who else is in this film? Who's the hot blonde one?
Oh, I looked her up. I forgot her name.
Oh, Nectar Rose?
Nectar Rose, that's who it was.
What else?
If you're naming your daughter Nectar Rose,
what else has she been in?
It might be a stage name. Like that might be her like fake name.
No, I think it's a real name.
I'm not joking you, dude. Her IMDb says Nectar Rose is her real name. That's the first fucking line in her write-up.
Her first appearance in a film was as a stripper in Independence Day.
So she was like in Bring It On, Legally Blonde. Like, so she's done a bunch of this shit. This is kind of like
another teen movie.
Yeah, she was just like generic hot girl of the early 2000s.
Yeah. She did a bunch of random shit, dude. Like nothing that I would ever watch. I recognize some of the stuff she's been in, but she just looked really familiar to me. I don't know. She just maybe has one of those faces.
Generic hot girl that can play a teenager and will show her tits.
Pretty much
early 2000s.
Pretty fucking much. Yeah. So I was shocked because I knew that Tiffany Shepis was in this film, but I had no idea that Brad Dourif was in it. I was like, oh wow, that's kind of crazy.
Brad Dourif's like he's one of my most watched actors of all time across cinema. He's like in so many just different types of movies, from big budget movies to like classic movies to campy little horror movies and other random crime movies. This is a bunch of David Lynch movies. Brad Dourif is everywhere.
We saw Tiffany Shepis at Cinema Wasteland, and I'm actually like pretty certain that she's like hotter now than she was in this, like back then. like don't get me wrong, she's very pretty at all times, but like maybe it had something to do with seeing her in person. But I was like, damn.
Yeah, I actually agree with you, because I honestly didn't think she was like that hot in this movie.
Dude, no, it's just her bob, dude. Her fucking body, dude, is outrageous in this. It's ridiculous. Yeah, so this is the guy that directed There's Nothing Out There. It was a film that was released by Troma in like 1991.
Yeah, it's like a meta thing.
Yeah, that movie's fun as hell, dude. Oh yeah, right. And he also directed Nightmare Man, where Tiffany Shepis is also in that. When I said the name, I was like, I recognize this guy's name. Nightmare Man, which I really like that movie.
Was that a Dimension Extreme title?
No, it was one of the 8 films to die for.
Okay.
Yeah. Bus Party to Hell. I've seen that one. So he's done a couple things that I've actually seen, but yeah. So Nightmare Man is kind of pretty cool. Synopsis. Several college kids spend the night in a spooky mansion in an attempt to pledge fraternities and sororities. A deranged professor begins murdering them. They must figure out why, and also if one or more of them are working with the killer. Okay, that's fucking stupid. But so neither of you guys have seen this one before, or JP, you'd seen this one?
No.
Okay, so this was the first time watch for all three of us. Very, very interesting. Yeah. So thoughts on the hazing, and of course these all take place on Halloween. But yeah, so I mean, my initial thoughts on the hazing is like, the first note I took, I was like, this is ridiculous. So it's correct. It's a bunch of college kids that are, pledging towards their sororities and shit like that. And I'm like, okay. And then they start talking about how they're going to go set up shop in the Heck House. I'm like, Heck House? It's not Hull House from like Night of the Demons. I'm like, it's the same fucking thing. It's almost the same setup, for fuck's sake, because in this house there was people that were murdered and there's a past. That's why they want to set up in there and they have to spend 24 hours. I'm like, okay, that's Night of the Demons. And then it's got the whole incantation book and like the whole fucking supernatural elements and stuff. And it's literally the Evil Dead means Night of the Demons, like to a T. It's kind of ridiculous. And Brad Dourif plays the professor who's completely fucking batshit insane. And he's the guy that's like trying to invoke this incantation and stuff so he can like go through both worlds and stuff and do some crazy ass shit. Honestly, man, this movie was kind of fun. I actually kind of enjoyed this.
This wasn't that bad.
I didn't like this one. I thought it was pretty boring and bland.
I mean, the dialogue is really corny. I think the what's the guy's name? The Asian dude that's hitting on Barry Shen. I thought his character, he was kind of just like a doofus, like not really a doofus, but he was just really kind of a pussy. But his dialogue was so corny and cheesy when he's having that like heart to heart with Tiffany Shepis' character. And she's the coolest character in the film because she's not a bimbo. She's like hard headed and she's kind of tough and she's kind of like, she's a real stand up character and stuff. She's actually got some of the better lines in the film too. And I think she does a really good job, to be honest. Brad Dourif is Brad Dourif. He has limited screen time in the film, but when he's on screen, it's kind of funny too, because he's like in spirit form at times. And there's like this really weird green effect when he makes the guy read the incantation that makes him be able to go in between worlds and stuff like that. And I'm like, this is really 2004 effects. They had me laughing. So Brad Dourif isn't really on screen a whole lot in the film, but his presence is still felt within the film, which is pretty cool. But like, as for, you know, kills and stuff,
was there any like kills at all, really?
I mean, there is, but there isn't. Like, I like how they foreshadow, like, oh yeah, so, you know, this guy, you know, to go in between worlds and give girls orgasms. I'm like, is this what's going to happen? And there's a really weird scene where the dude's like eating the chick out and stuff. And then like, I don't even know how that even happened really with the possession. I guess when you possess somebody, you can like do things like that, but basically gave a new meaning to like eat vagina. Cause it was kind of the other way around. It was like the movie Teeth. Bites this dude's tongue and like rips it out of his mouth and shit. It's kind of funny.
Oh yeah, the tongue thing.
Because he kind of did the whole possession thing. You can kind of like possess when you want. So you can control people, turn them into monsters. You can do certain things and stuff. They kind of set the rules up a little bit, but I think it's still kind of, you got to use your imagination a little bit.
Dude, I cannot remember shit about this movie. I'm serious, bro.
When the hell did you watch this thing?
I watched this like last Wednesday, like a week ago. I remember the other two way more. Like I actually on the drive home, I was like thinking about the movies. I was like, what the hell was the Hazing? Like I literally couldn't even remember like anything about it. And then I was like, sat there for a minute. I was like, oh, that was the one with Tiffany Shepis with the fraternities.
Like writing
what the hell happened in that?
Well, writing wise, this movie's fucking a mess. Like I would absolutely say that, but at least like this movie just kind of was some sort of just this dumb, campy, self-aware little like haunted house spoofy movie.
One thing I did notice in the film, and yeah, I think they are self-aware. It's a good point actually, because I caught it. I think there's at least two scenes where I definitely caught this, but there's a scene where they're outside like a store, and there's a picture of Bruce Campbell in the front of the store.
Yes, I did. Oh yeah, I remember that.
And then there's another scene where his face is on a dartboard.
Wasn't it from his book?
Yeah,
like If Chins Could Kill or something.
Yeah. I think that's what it was. And then there's another scene where I think that same picture is used on a dartboard. And I'm like, what's? And then it made me laugh. And I'm like, oh, dude, they're self-aware of being kind of a blatant ripoff of The Evil Dead. So you might as well put his fucking face in the film, because really the movie is totally.
Oh, see, I didn't even pick that up.
Right, because it's, you know, the whole. There's even some cinematography with, you know, the whole Sam Raimi fucking, you know, with the evil ripping through the woods, but they do that in this film too, right? And so that was kind of interesting. I think they show his face before we get glimpses of that, and then you kind of put everything together, like, oh yeah, they're being self-aware that, you know, might as well put Bruce Campbell's face in here because we're blatantly ripping off The Evil Dead, and of course Night of the Demons, because when they said Heck House, I actually laughed out loud. I was like, they couldn't come up with anything different than Heck House. It's fucking a whole house and fucking Night of the Demon. I'm like, that is so funny to me. But and it's kind of similar though too, because there's like, you know, in Night of the Demons, you got the whole possession thing that's happening, you got the sexual stuff that's happening in there and stuff, and it's very, very similar. Of course, Night of the Demons is way fucking better than this movie. But
what is Tiffany Shepis supposed to be? Like what's her costume?
I don't know. I actually don't know what that's supposed to be.
Were you not wondering that the whole movie?
No, I was wondering.
She looks like fucking Speed Racer or something.
Yeah, like fucking Tron or some shit. Just like in a Tron outfit. But I do like it because it really kind of shows her curves and like how awesome her butt is and stuff. And she does get naked in this, which is kind of cool. Actually, there's a scene where she essentially gets possessed. And I even wrote in my notes, I'm like, I hope she doesn't get possessed because I don't want to see her ugly. And of course she does at one point. Her face is all goofy and shit. I'm like, oh, goddamn. But get a little.
Doesn't she show her tits when she's possessed though?
Yeah, she does. And the camera backs off and they show her naked butt too, and she's like buck naked. It's crazy. And the other girl shows her boobs. So there's a little bit of titties in here. But yeah, the kills aren't overly the greatest. They're not overly the greatest and stuff. It's not like a big body count film. It's kind of a mashup. It's really just a mashup of those two type of films, and, you know, kind of sold with bigger names and stuff. But
the funny thing about all three of these movies is they all feel like indie low budget flicks.
Yeah. 100%. You know what it is about 2004 though? Because none of these movies, they're all kind of shot lower, like maybe DVs and like lower quality and shit like that. But we're watching them on shit quality too.
Yeah. Like, does any of these movies have like a good release?
All three of these movies are just stuck on DVD, but apparently this movie has a high def transfer that possibly is going to be getting released. I don't know. But yeah, no, Hellbent has been stuck on DVD, and The Hollow is a TV film which is weird because when I popped in my DVD for The Hollow, it plays in 6:9, and I was like, oh, I was 69. I was like, oh, what the fuck? But it looks like it's stretched. And I actually looked in the specs on IMDb, and it was shot in widescreen. I was like, why the fuck does it?
Well, 2004, by that time, I feel like a lot of people were starting to get.
Of course. No, it's because the transfer looked like it was actually stretched. You know, like when you get that stretch look, sometimes when you're setting on TV, it's say if something, you pop in something that's in 4:3 and it stretches out or whatever. And I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, what the fuck? And I looked and I'm like, no, it's actually supposed to be in 69. It just was a really bad transfer of it. So, but it was made for TV. So, but yeah, 2004, there was definitely widescreen TVs. Yeah, no, this movie is like, I don't know. It was kind of fun. I mean, there was some decent lines and stuff like that, but am I
misremembering? Is like, does Tiffany Shepis like fart at one time?
Towards the end of the film? Towards the end of the film, it's like there's a few comedic moments in the film, but yeah, she farts and she's like, oh, too much candy.
Dude, so what the fuck?
It's so goofy.
That's one of those things.
I think maybe it's a joke about her butt because she's known for her butt.
I would be like, dude, don't put that in the movie. I don't even want to think of this.
I didn't mind, the whole chainsaw, the chainsaw stuff was pretty good. And the one dude that gets decapitated in the chair where the possessed pushes him through the fucking on the ground there and he gets decapitated by the table. I thought that was actually kind of cool.
See, some of it's starting to come back to me. I like panicked on a ride home. I was like, dude, I don't fucking remember anything about this movie.
Mm-hmm. That wasn't a bad kill. The chainsaw stuff was okay. I mean, it's not crazy though. Like there's just not a lot of characters. There's only 5 people that are pledging that are in this film. And that's like your entire cast. So there's not a big body count. It's kind of interesting. You wouldn't have a little bit more to kind of up the body count, but it is low budget. It's self-aware with the old Bruce Campbell thing, which is actually even more funny to me now that they put it in there twice. So, yeah. But yeah,
that's something that I like is so foreign to me. Like that I have no like frame of reference for is like fraternities and like pledging and stuff. Like the only thing I know about it is from movies. I never obviously went to like any college or anything, and then I don't even know anybody who was in any of that stuff. So
I think my cousins were in frats. Yeah, my cousins were in frats.
It always seemed kind of lame to me. I don't know.
Yeah, that's one thing. I also agree with.
I always wanted,
like, honestly, like they're kind of just like dude bros.
I think if I went to college or whatever down in the States, I would be pledging because I grew up watching a lot of like American.
Yeah, I feel like it's not actually comedies like and
that. Shit. Yeah, I know. Obviously, that shit's a little bit fucking crazy. It's funny because
I remember. I had that mindset though. Though, and then I started hanging out with the guy. This was like in my card playing career. I hung out with someone at UMass a lot who went there, and I would get to see him during the school. He lived far away, but I would get to see him during the school year. So I spent a lot of time practicing with him because he was very good when he was in school. And I had the same thing when I was hanging out at UMass. He would like to go to parties, but I was like, oh yeah, we're gonna go to frat parties. Like I was amped up. And he kind of broke it down to me that like, dude, like frats suck. He's like, to get into frats, you have to let people just like pick on you and do like kind of homoerotic shit, like so you'll be their friends. When he broke it down like that, I was like, yeah, that does sound kind of corny. He's like, if you go to any of those parties, they like charge money. Like all the frats here like have date rape charges against them. Like they're not the cool places like the movies.
Yeah, of course.
I'm sure there are cool ones, but
like I'm sure it's fun and everything. Like even his statement's overblown, but he broke it down to viewers. Like these are not like as cool as like you think they are.
Well, of course. I mean, the movies always has to amp up everything.
And he said like you could always tell who the people in frats are because a lot of the time they're douchebags.
Yeah,
it makes sense.
Yeah. So they have this thing where like they have to like collect these points and stuff, and then basically the idea of the film is they have to collect all these certain type of items and points and stuff.
Oh yeah, they have like a scavenger hunt at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah, so they have a scavenger hunt, and Tiffany Shepis' character, along with one of the dudes, they actually go to the professor's house because they want to steal this like kind of known like Evil Dead Necronomicon. They don't call it that in there, but it's pretty much precisely what it is. Anyways, when they go to the professor's house in the film, they notice
real quick. Have you ever heard of the Necronomicon?
The Nom Nom Nomicon? No.
Yeah. It's a cookbook.
That's awesome.
I've ate food from it at Gettysburg. The people who wrote it like host like the VIP dinner things, and they make all the food.
Nice. So they go to the house to steal this book from the professor, and then they get a little bit more than they bargained for because they find out that the professor is a maniac and he's actually killed somebody, and Tiffany finds a bunch of dead body parts and stuff like that downstairs. Anyways, one thing leads to another, and they have this battle with him, and they end up like basically kind of killing him, which kind of sets the stage for him being in the hospital, and then he can't die because he needs to be pure and all this type of stuff. So anyways, they end up going back to the Heck house. It just drives me nuts. And they've still got this book, and then that's when all the kind of terror and shit happens and stuff. So I like the part when the guy's all tripping about how she still has the book and stuff, and he's getting all pissed, and she fucking punches him in the face. That part made me fucking laugh, man. It's pretty funny. Yeah, I mean, otherwise there's not really a whole lot else to say about it. I mean, it's 2004, effects are not the greatest, but there is practical kills. I'm just talking about more of the kind of the spirit world version of the professor. Looks kind of like the Wicked Witch from the East or something. Or maybe like, I don't know, it's all green. It's just hilarious, the effect. But it doesn't, I mean, honestly, what we're seeing it on is like a fucking 480 transfer. It looks pretty shitty. So some of the music is really funny. Actually, that the zombie song dance song is really bizarre. But again, super low budget. Yeah. Can you remember anything from the movie, JP?
Yeah, I mean, the stuff that I said was pretty much all I remember.
I mean, you got to remember Tiffany getting all naked. That was pretty awesome.
Oh, yeah, those are the highlights of the movie.
Yeah, that's like the part that is most memorable.
Actually, one part when the guy goes to read the incantation, he says he actually mentions Suspirium. He says Suspirium in there, and I was like, oh, that's crazy. So that's a little shout out to fucking Argento and Suspiria in the Three Mothers trilogy. So that's kind of interesting too. So, but I mean, for a film that's set on Halloween, I mean, they are in costumes, but it manages to still not have the greatest Halloween aesthetic. And you know what's actually really corny about the film? It's like, so they go to Heck House, and it's supposed to have this pass and shit like that, but like, of course, the sorority people are in there, and they're trying to play practical jokes on them and scare them and shit. And like, the shit that they're doing is so fucking lame. They just like dropping like plastic skeletons from the roof and shit, and like banging on doors and like doing that. I'm like, dude, come on, you couldn't come up with anything better to try and actually scare these people. I'm like, this is ridiculous. So stupid. But yeah.
It's weird how this movie's a mess, but it's also like very simple.
Yeah, it is. It's very straightforward. It's just a combination of Evil Dead and Night of the Demons.
It's sloppy. It's very sloppy.
Yeah,
but like, I don't hate it though.
It's like, listed as Evil Dead meets Scream. I didn't get a lot of Scream out of it. I don't know about you guys.
Evil Dead versus Scream. Where the fuck does this
Scream? Scream.
Well, first of all, Scream is high school kids. These are fucking pledgers from college. And I don't get a lot of, I mean, they're young. Where did the Scream come in? It's totally Night of the Demons, man. That's insane. They literally have Heck House. Crazy. Anyways. But yeah, overall, I mean, I didn't really mind it. It's nothing mind blowing. I mean, I guess if it came out with a nice little Blu-ray and shit, I'd watch it again, especially to see Tiffany in high def. Cause I do agree. Like, I always preferred her with her longer hair, like how she looks now. And this is one of the only films I can think of from this era where she must have cut it for this role. So I don't know, because I have a lot of films from this era that she was in, and she always has long hair. It's weird. There's a couple that she has short hair, but yeah, I don't know. Still good. But yeah, you guys have anything else on the Hazing, which is such a fucking stupid title for the movie, really, because they don't really do much of hazing in the film. So hazing. Anyways. What do you guys got?
Yeah, thought it was all right. Yeah, I didn't hate the movie, but I didn't love it. We're on ratings, right? Or are you mean something? Hello?
What's that noise?
Oh shit!
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck is playing in the background?
Oh my god, dude! I'm sorry. I don't know. My dad's on the phone because my cat, my childhood cat died, so he's like calling, and I forgot you could hear that. I muted myself. I'm like, oh, that doesn't mute him. I'm so like, God, dude. Hold on one second, guys. I'll circle back to me.
All right. Yeah, for me, I didn't really care for this while watching it, and then even days later, like I completely forgot about it. This is actually my least favorite of the three. So I'm giving it a solid 4.5 out of 5 or out of 10.
I'm going to give it 6.5 out of 10. I thought it was okay. It's just, I mean, I think I would have dropped it a lot more if it wasn't a little bit more self-aware, and the fact that they put Bruce Campbell in there. So they knew exactly what they were doing. So it's kind of like a little wink, wink and little nods to horror and the horror fans and stuff. And if you know, right? Obviously you should, if you're a fan of Evil Dead and Night of the Demons, but I was thoroughly I enjoyed it for, what it was and stuff. So it had a couple decent kills, not a very high body count. At least it had practical effects, which is nice. So, and Tiffany was awesome. So yeah, 6.5.
Yeah. I think that, I think for me, it's just one of those movies that like, I don't know. Which order did you watch these in?
Oh, I watched them completely. I checked the dates like after I'd watched them. I think I watched this one. Oh no, I did. No, I watched The Hazing first, and then I watched Hellbent, and then The Hollow.
Okay, I watched The Hazing first, then Hollow, then Hellbent was last.
Right. Yeah, I'm not even sure if these dates. I might even wrote these down. It doesn't really matter. They're all from 2004. Who cares? I'll rate this.
You ready to rate it, Tyler?
I'm really sorry, dude. Oh man,
I'm gonna leave all that shit in.
That was oh my god, he's gonna get blown up on the internet. That was such an awkward thing to happen. Because I muted while he was talking, and I was like talking to him, and I was kind of hoping it was like, oh no, he's going on. He's talking about cat memories. Oh Jesus, how do I cut?
Well, we did. If it makes you feel any better, we didn't hear anything.
Oh man, no, dude, yeah, because I always talk on speaker, and I hit mute so he couldn't hear me, and I was gonna like, oh yeah, I'll just jump in. I'll give my
your brain is fried. You smoked too much weed.
Literally. So then I'm like, you guys are like not saying anything. I'm like, oh no, what's going on?
Like, what well, I was on the phone too. That's why I put my finger up to hold on and move to Tyler.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. Yeah, all right, well, that was awkward. But yeah,
she's like, oh shit, what the fuck?
Oh my god, I'm so dumb. But yeah, I didn't hate this movie. But I don't think it was also particularly that good. It's also that I never like intentionally watch again. So it was like a 5.5.
Yeah, if it gets like a release by somebody, like I could see this coming out on a partner label for like Vinegar Syndrome or something. I would give it another watch. I think like watching any of these on like these shit dog transfers definitely doesn't do them any like favors.
No, it really doesn't, man. Because the whole time I'm just like staring at Tiffany Shepis and I'm like, man, I wish this was a better transfer.
Especially when you're so used, like me, like it's so rare I watch like a DVD these days, like with 4K. And
yeah, wait till you're doing more prep for 2004, man.
Oh, like, I already know.
There's not that many, man.
I watched Frankenfish the other night, which is surprisingly looked really good on the DVD.
Yeah. I mean, there's DVDs that look better than others for sure. I mean, I watched one the other day too, and it looked pretty good. But yeah, these ones are not the greatest. Not the greatest.
Well, we did 2005 a couple years ago, and that was also still in the era of like heavy DVDs.
Yeah.
So I remember from then. Yeah,
it's funny. The years leading up to where DVD or HD DVD and Blu-ray started coming out in like 2005, 6 kind of thing. it's funny how neglected like 2003, 4, and even like 5 are and stuff. Like it's weird. It's weird because you go back to like 2000. There's still quite a few films, but I mean, even that era is still neglected. But I find right around the time they started dropping, they just completely forgot about the movies. It's weird.
Yeah, we're finally starting to see some of the stuff get re-released from these eras.
Yeah.
But yeah.
All right, so that is the Hazing from 2004.
22 shots.
All right, so moving along here into we're staying in 2004. What am I talking about? With a film directed by Paul Etheridge, and yeah, I don't think I've ever seen anything else he's done. Nope. And yeah, and it is called Hellbent. Have you guys ever seen Hellbent before?
No.
No, but I remember being recommended to us to do on one of these Halloween shows before. It constantly popped up.
Yeah, this is a weird one because I actually watched this last October just randomly because I knew it was a Halloween film. I mean, I'd rewatched it. I'd seen it a couple times before. And without even thinking, oh, possibly we might do an extra kind of thing. So it was still quite fresh in my mind, to be honest. But yeah, anyways, Hellbent synopsis: Halloween in West Hollywood. 2 guys making out in a park are interrupted by a serial killer. Later that night, a group of gay kids decide to visit the site of the murders. That is not fucking right.
Yeah, the site of the
I just wanted to let you know that the movie was gay.
A group of kids do not go to visit the site of the murders. They know about the murders, but that's not the point of these 4 guys getting together. They're going to a Halloween costume party, for fuck's sakes.
I have a theory about this slasher movie.
They do end up at that spot, but it's not the point to be there. Okay. Anyways,
my theory is about this here slasher movie is I think that all the characters are supposed to be gay.
That's your theory?
Yeah. What do you guys think?
I'm not even 100% sure it could get any more gay than this.
I'm not sure. I suspected it, and then he kissed a guy, and I was a little bit more suspicious, but I wasn't sure that.
Yeah.
I mean, this movie opens up like your classic slasher film with a couple in a vehicle that are ready to get it on or getting it on, and they get.
But it's 2 dudes.
But it's 2 dudes, and it's pretty gay, and but like the way this movie is so like it's so crazy because there's no real explanation to what's happening. We don't know anything about our killer, why the killer's doing this and stuff. And I kind of like that actually. But the way the killer dismisses these people is kind of crazy because he's like decapitating them. It's all about taking their heads. It's like such a brutal way of killing people. It's fucking, I like it, man. So in the opening scene, these 2 guys, they're getting it on. This one guy's hanging out the vehicle, and all of a sudden he lops off his head. The other guy comes running out. He gets fucking decapitated. I'm like, holy shit. It's kind of crazy. And he's kind of dressed up like the devil.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's like supposed to be commentary in this, like at all. I mean, I wouldn't read too much into it because we know absolutely nothing about the killer. We don't know what his motives are.
I thought that was a very interesting choice because I totally expected it to be either one of the gay characters who is like closeted or something,
right?
Or somebody who was like just a bigot. Like I expected that to be the reveal.
Yeah, you would totally see
it like closed. I actually think I like that they kept it closed because it's like it really could be a bigot, like, or you know what I mean? It could be. But they kind of leave it up to, mystery, I guess.
I mean, it absolutely could be, sexually motivated, right? I mean, it could be either someone that just doesn't like gay people and is lopping off their heads, or maybe it's somebody that is gay that's pissed off and he's taking it out on other gay people. You never know, but it's never revealed, which I really do like. It's really just about following these characters and being at this party and stuff like that. Like, there's really not a lot of plot to the film. It's about 4 guys and our lead character, his father.
Like the lead character has like a bit of like backstory.
He does. And like his father was a cop and he tried to be a cop and he eventually something happened with his eye. He lost his fucking eye. And so
scrape.
Yeah. And so he obviously got pulled from, from the cop camp or whatever it is. Yeah. From cadet school and stuff. And so he still works at the police station. Anyways, for Halloween, he uses his old dad's uniform to dress up like a cop and stuff. And he meets up with 3 of his buddies before putting up posters and stuff for these murders that happened and stuff. And so he meets up with his 3 buddies, and they basically just go to a club that is called Meat. I think it's just called Meat, which made me fucking laugh. I'm like, if it was called the Meat Locker, that would have been even funnier, but it's called Meat.
Oh, they call it the Meat Locker with like this.
Yeah. When I saw the door and I was like, it's called Meat. I'm like, if it's called the Meat Locker,
they
that
like
would have been
had
so
like
classic.
disgusting like self-aware humor like that in the movie. I think that would have done a lot for the movie.
I actually like this movie a good bit. Like,
yeah, I mean,
I thought that it was pretty interesting. I like that it's unique and like it's like I much prefer like a movie like this that's like, okay, like there's not a gay slasher like with a bunch of gay characters. I'm gonna make one versus like a throwaway like gay character that just feels so inserted for like a demographic.
Absolutely. Yeah,
like I would much rather have this.
Oh, what the fuck? So I was just scrolling down and wanted to see something, and the very first trivia write-up says Meat Locker, the fetish club featured in the movie. What the fuck? I didn't remember seeing a locker part.
Because somebody added it. That's
probably what they did. That's hilarious.
That's someone's fanfic.
That's hilarious that somebody wrote that in there. That's so funny. But it says it was actually a church that they filmed in.
Oh my God. That's all right.
That's fucking hilarious. I just happened to, I wasn't even trying to go to the trivia. I just happened to see this. Right. Here's another interesting fact about the film too. It says the director wanted a more diverse cast, but the actors of color refused to audition for a gay horror movie.
Well,
so maybe she obviously put it out here and he just didn't have any.
I assume most of the actors in here are like straight people.
I don't know. That's what I was trying to find actually, if the actors are gay or if they're just actors playing gay. I just wanted to know, because I think if I was to do a gay slasher film, I would want to have like the authenticity in it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's
my God.
There's levels to acceptance to this sort of thing and like stigmas in different cultures too. So I can see that also being a factor. Like, hell no, I'm being no gay shit.
Holy shit. This has got some crazy stats on it though. So it says filming was scattered and script was shot out of order with weeks long breaks between shooting periods. They account for multiple continuity errors, included inconsistent hair growth and fluctuating weight for several of the actors.
Oh my God.
I bet if it was in 1080p, I probably would have noticed that more.
That's really interesting because like I totally did not notice. So I'm assuming that it was shot over a long period of time and it was like, but it says inconsistent hair and like
maybe it was just like, maybe these guys were all just in college and they were partying and stuff and like packing on weight. Like, come on, you guys.
That's wild.
I like that. I actually like the Halloween like club, like got some pretty good atmosphere and like party vibes. And also I like the soundtrack's actually pretty good for this movie too. The
song that the band's playing when they first get into the club is pretty cool. I kind of like that. It's really catchy. But they did a good job with dressing up that church though. The aesthetic of, having a Halloween party and stuff looked pretty cool. It feels like it anyways. Dude, this is wild. This is wild right here. Okay, so check this out. The title was selected from an online movie or name the movie contest created by the producers to publicize the film. The director was initially horrified at some of the initial submissions, which included such titles as 28 Gays Later, Boy Meets Knife, Queer Eye for the Dead Guy. I actually like that title. That's kind of funny. And finally, the one, of course, that one was Hellbent. So
Hellbent's a pretty decent title.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Anyways, I can't remember. I totally
could have called it like Cruising on Halloween or something.
Cruising on Halloween.
I like that scene where they're like stopped to piss or something. They're like, I think that guy's trying to cruise us.
I know. I always wondered that if that's like an actual term that people use, and apparently like it's in the dialogue and stuff like that. But I just thought it was really interesting. Like I mean, I'm not trying to stereotype, but do gay guys really pull down their pants and just like like if you see someone in the park, you're like, yo, motherfucker, get the fuck away from here. I usually don't pull down my pants and show my ass. you know,
Probably
with my
not.
with my friends.
I feel
"Get
like
out of here."
nobody
Maybe
would do
these
that
guys
now,
do.
but in 2004,
Yeah.
totally
Yeah.
can see even like straight dudes.
This
doing
is
that.
like, this is like the Jersey Shore era. We were like buffoons, and people were
Yeah, like people
that
were just like
behavior.
more like, I mean, dude, when I was growing up, my like family and shit used to moon barges driving by.
Well, yeah, I guess so. But like when you're in like a dark atmospheric forest and stuff like that, you're really gonna just pull down your pants and like. I mean, I've done
I
it
don't
before.
know, not if some random dude shows up in a mask.
Wearing a
That one
who's got a
the
big
time.
scythe? Who's got a big fucking scythe or whatever they call it? Not a
There's
scythe.
a time and a place for everything, and that wasn't it.
It's a sickle.
Sickle. That's the word I was looking for. Not scythe. That's the
Longer, taller.
that's the devil thing. Yeah, the sickle. I always forget what those things are called. But yeah, no, this movie has some pretty decent kills actually. Like I really
that's the thing about the movie that I'll give it credit for, because I was iffy on this movie too.
I kind of feel bad for like Buddy in the bathroom. Like he finally like gets the number from the dude that like he's been interested in and stuff like that. And like you kind of feel for him. He's like this kind of lonely dude that's just like looking for companionship and stuff. And you can tell that he's having a rough go and stuff. And then he finally figures it out. 2 minutes later, decapitated in the bathroom. It's like,
and then
it almost feels like it's mean spirited at that point.
It is mean spirited.
Yeah.
And then the guy dressed in
though.
drag, who's like, I guess dressing in drag to like a gay club, like wasn't like, I guess I'm not very attractive to these men.
Well, yeah, because he's a male model. He's a male model who actually has a huge billboard in the city. And I love that scene. It's actually so funny because, yeah, he shows up dressed in drag and everyone's like, holy shit, dude, like that's crazy for you. But I love the scene where he finds some dude to take his picture with his billboard because he wants to send the pictures to his mom. And so this guy takes a picture of him in drag in front of his billboard and he looks at the picture and he goes, my God, I look just like my mom. I love that scene. It's my favorite scene in the movie, man. It makes me laugh every time.
He's like,
just the way he says it. He's so down on himself. He's like, oh my God, I look like my mom.
And then Hilarious. He runs into the devil dude and he's all like, he's like, do you play any sports? Like, what gym do you go to? He's just like trying so hard. He's like, I don't look like this all the time. I swear. Look at my ID.
Yeah, again, it was like the desperation in characters seemed a little bit like for me with his character, though, it didn't feel like he should be that desperate for companionship. Like he's a big time model. He's got a billboard. Like this guy's not a nobody type model. Like this guy's got a family.
Well, I think what it was with him is he's used to being like that, like, you know, very successful.
Yeah.
But because he's dressed up as a woman, like he's not getting any attention.
Right.
So kind of like didn't go as planned.
I guess that's for like a certain crowd of people that are into the drag thing and stuff, but
yeah,
other times people just aren't. So yeah, so he's definitely feeling the ill effects of that and stuff. Yeah. And then of course fucking he gets done. I think honestly one of the most creative shots in the film is actually the artwork for the movie. When you get revealed that like our character has not just an eye issue, but he has like a prosthetic eye in there and stuff. And when that sickle goes through the fence and he kind of like scrapes on his eye. Oh, dude.
Yeah.
That thing makes me cringe, man. That sound, it's like nails on a chalkboard. It's literally that sound, but it's like a sickle on his eyeball. And you're like, oh my God, that's fucked up.
You ever know somebody who has a glass eye?
I did actually. Yeah. And you want to hear something funny? His name was Ryan Wynot. And so we used to call him Ryan One Eye. Like it's literally like flowed perfect. He lost his eye. This is a crazy fucking story. So when he was like, I think he was like 10 years old or something like that. He threw a Coke bottle into a fire and the fucking cap blew off and blew out his eye, knocked out his eye. And his family actually sued Coke and won.
What?
Yeah, dude. They fucking
Coke?
Yeah, man.
Did they settle?
They settled and he got like, I can't remember. It was like
probably $100,000.
Yeah, back in those days, I think he got about $250,000. It was like 250,000 or some crazy stuff.
That's a good payout. I knew a guy who also got money from losing an eye.
Really?
This dude that I used to know, named Hostler, he used to be like I think he was like a juggalo dude, and he always had like motorcycles and like dirt bikes and shit like that, and like he always had cool shit. and he always would take his glass eye out and like fuck with it and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked, he was like a lot older than me, but I asked my older cousin, like, hey, how did he lose his eye or whatever? And apparently he had a paintball gun when he was a kid, and the safety was on and it shot his eye out. And so he sued the paintball gun company because
Backfired.
the safety was on, but it would still shoot with the safety on. And he got like a big settlement.
I was thinking it like kind of came out. Okay, yeah, totally, right.
Yeah, no, it
actually.
I don't know why he was like looking at it or sticking his eye over the barrel.
I was going to say like I was thinking like, did he shoot his eye out or did someone else shoot his eye out? Because
I think he shot his own eye out.
That's fucking hard to do.
You can't do it on purpose.
It's actually hard to do. It's crazy.
Yeah, and that's why he always had like cool shit like bikes and stuff because he had all this money.
He had eye money.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. This took a strange conversation turn.
Yeah, but I thought that was a cool idea to have the character like missing an eye, though. That's pretty different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've actually always been a big fan of this film. I like the way it flows and stuff. When you follow the characters, man, they're all like decent characters. I know.
All likable
characters.
Like, kind of surprised by that. Like they all seem like good, like friends, and like none of them are annoying. You know what I mean? Like none of them got on your nerves. Like there's not like one that's like a just total like.
Well, it's funny because like they're not stereotypical characters at all. They're just gay.
Yeah, and they're not even stereotypically gay either.
No, well, that's what I'm saying. They're not the stereotypes in which people are like, they're all flaming and stuff. Like these guys just completely act normal and have normal conversations, and like there's nothing stereotype. Like they're just really likable people. Like you can just feel for all of them. They all have a different story, and like this because we spend the majority of the time with these characters, right? And following it. And that's why the deaths do feel so mean-spirited because nothing is explained. We don't know if it's hate crimes. If we don't know if it's just, we don't even know if this is supernatural, because my assumption in the film that it kind of is a little bit.
They kind of almost
because of how it ends
like that way with the ending.
Yeah. And like I've seen this movie 3 or 4 times now, and I always come to the conclusion that this has like a supernatural element, but I'm not sure. It's just, it's just the way it kind of goes down. But it is interesting because this guy kind of floats like a bee around this group of people, and weaving in and out of the clubs and stuff like that, and he's on a mission for like these people because he's not really offing a lot of other people. It's interesting. It's like there's like another kind of, there's subtext going on there, or there's just like another thing that's just not explained, but it's interesting how it's done. It's pretty cool though. I like the look of the killer. The kills, it's a neat idea of like taking the heads and stuff. I think it gets a little bit crazy in the apartment. With which we didn't even mention the other our main character who he gets with this other dude, and he's kind of like a real tough guy. He first sees him in the beginning of the film. He's getting a tattoo and stuff. He rides a bike, and he's kind of like your tough guy and shit like that. And anyways, they get all hugged up and shit. And like that scene in the apartment's pretty fucking wild. Like how it all goes down is just like batshit, but it's really fun.
He goes into the bathroom looking for condoms, and he's like, condoms suck.
Yeah,
but they protect us. It's such a weird conversation to have with yourself,
dude. It's because it's like it's trying to give you the message without like being corny, but so we might as well kind of make a joke about it. Yeah, but it so kind of comes off like that. Dude, but they protect us, and I'm like, yeah.
I'm like, yeah, you got a point.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. I mean, you gotta disconnect yourself a little bit to the fact that like, I mean, the guy brings a head into the apartment and stuff. Like I don't know. How does he actually get into the apartment?
Talent.
The guy that he killed, I think, because the ID was left in there.
Is that how? Yeah. Okay. I couldn't remember.
Is that his roommate or something?
Yeah.
I mean, plus like the fire escape was kind of open.
True. I'm sure that was probably a common occurrence back in the day with the fire escapes, right? People climbing up those and getting in windows.
I mean, it kind of still is.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty uncommon around here. It's like where I live. There's no buildings with fire escapes on them. But
that seems
dangerous. we still have them in like the Pittsburgh area and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Oh, dude, the last shot in the film. I just thought of that. Dude, it makes me smile every time. The very last shot in the ambulance. Dude, that's pretty fucking awesome, man. And it's like cruel too. Again, it's funny. This movie, like, it actually quite is mean spirited, but and that's like poking fun of it too right at the end. I think this is a fun movie, man. I think a lot of people
do too, man. I would love to see this get a release.
Yeah,
like a Blu-ray.
I mean,
because I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's a good one. I would love to see this thing in high def also, just to see how it actually would look. I would dare say that it's like sort of underrated, underseen. I haven't really heard a lot of people talk about it.
I've never heard someone talk about it.
I think when I showed it, when I bought this movie way back in the day and I had it in an update, somebody left a comment and it said Hellbent and it just said gay, like a really long written word of gay. On that comment, I was like, I'm like, well, you're right. I mean, it is a gay slasher film. There's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, I think it's probably underseen because either people just don't want to either check it out because they're not really into that and stuff. But it's not what you think, man. I mean,
I do feel like they're trying a little bit too hard.
With what?
Just like I feel like it was like over the top gay to the floor. It's like, okay, we get it.
I don't know. I mean, dude, it's no different.
I didn't feel like it.
I don't look at it like that either. I don't think that they're trying too hard either because there's no difference in any other slasher film that we watch where the film opens up with a guy and a girl in a car. This opens up.
No, it wasn't really even that stuff. I just felt like
but even all the relationships, like all these guys are out there trying to hug up with if all three of us went out there all single, what are we doing? We're probably going to try and hug up with some
trying to hook up with dudes. What are you
trying to hook up with some tramp? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I don't find it's any difference. It's just we're following gay guys.
That's why I think I liked it more than like some of the other movies that have like gay characters, because I feel like these characters just feel like normal and not like so in your face.
Mm-hmm. They didn't feel like, clearly they don't feel like token. Like that's the issue of. Yeah, and they almost like in those movies too. They almost have to overcompensate because this like one character.
This narrative takes place in that world, in that community, right? Yeah. It doesn't try to do anything more or anything less, and that's fine because that's where they're going. If you are gay, you're going to go to a gay club, right? It's just the way it is.
Yeah, I mean, even if you're not gay, you might go. I've been to a couple.
Well, I've been to gay clubs before too, and they're actually quite fun. But
yeah. Not bad.
Well, it's funny because my buddy was the funniest dude. I'm like, dude, you're such a creep. He's like, man, I go to gay clubs to go hit on chicks. And I'm like, what the fuck you talk? He's like, dude, all the hot chicks go to the gay club because they go there to not get hit on. I'm like, and you're going to go there and hit on them. You're a fucking idiot.
You're a creep, bro.
I'm like, dude, you're exactly what they don't want in the gay club. I'm like, you're such an idiot. And he's like, yeah, but you know, I'm like, dude, shut up, you fucking moron. But
what else? You have anything else?
No, I mean, not really. I mean,
I just kind of felt like it was almost like a poppier version of Cruising as a teen slasher. Without any cool cop stuff.
Kinda. Cruising's like way deeper. And
I mean, they did mention Cruising, you know, and I do feel like
when they did that. I kind of giggled when they did.
Yeah, I figured you would like that.
I mean, I have heard people mention this as like very pointless. Which I like the vantage point of like not having anything explained because you don't need it to be. And I've heard people compare it to things like, you know, Final Exam where, you know, it has no point. I'm like, actually, the point of Final Exam is no point.
It's random.
That's the actual point. It's about extreme violence. It's about extreme
random acts of violence.
Yeah, and that's the point of Final Exam, and people miss that point about that film.
Well, the thing about movies is, if everyone didn't have anything explained, movies would be boring. If every movie has things explained, it would be boring. So like you need to have a variety.
Yeah.
And this one works as one that's not explained.
I prefer when they don't explain a lot of the time. I feel like a lot of the time movies over explain.
With this film,
especially movies now.
Yeah, movies, I think that's my biggest criticism of modern movies, that they just feel the need to explain everything.
Well, I mean, that was a big trope back in the day when, you know, you'd be watching a film and then all of a sudden, like, they'd have a monologue at the end explaining the whole damn movie to you. And I'm like, oh, okay. So like, and I always found that so funny within filmmaking because it's like we can do whatever we want within this film, but it doesn't matter if you're following along or not. We're still going to explain the whole thing to you by the end. And you're like, oh yeah, that was totally good. It's such a fucking, I mean, that's very, very common within giallos where it's like, oh, well, the killer did this and this person did this and this and this. And I'm like, oh, fuck, totally. Right. Yeah. So, anyways, Tyler, what do you give?
How about where I was on the other movie? I'm going to give 5.5.
Moodz.
I'm going to give Hellbent a 7.5 out of 10. Actually, no, I'm going to give it 8 out of 10. I think that's what my rating is. 8 out of 10. Yeah.
I'm being a little bit lower. I'm coming in at a 7 out of 10. I really liked it. It was my favorite out of the three. Spoiler for the next one. I would like to see it on a nice cleaned up transfer. I might come up on it.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. All right. Cool. All right. So that is Hellbent from 2004.
I am here for your heads.
Who are you?
I am the horseless headsman.
I think you mean the headless horseman.
No, I mean the horseless headsman.
How is that even scary? It's like,
Look at my head.
All right. So continuing along with the 2004 Halloween films directed by Kyle Newman. And we have a TV film simply titled The Hollow. If you've never heard of this before, I can't imagine you not figuring out what this is actually about.
Is it about Halloween?
Well, it's set on Halloween, of course. Is it the Headless Horseman movie, maybe? I don't know.
It can't be that.
No, it can't be that.
It actually has like straight up like lore. like this guy's a descendant of Ichabod Crane.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So I was surprised to see like a little bit of actors in this one because it was a TV film and from
it
2004.
was an ABC TV film.
Right. And that actually
I was wondering what this. I thought it
was Sci-Fi Channel.
I thought it was MTV.
Oh, that's a good pick too.
Yeah, so this one's got Kevin Zegers in it, Kaylee Kuko, which she looks so good in this movie. Fucking Nick Carter is in this film.
Is that the dude from Backstreet Boys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is wild, dude.
Nick Carter. That's why I thought it was an MTV movie. They're like, oh, they'll take any fucking D-list celebrity at this point.
Yeah,
well, shit, 2004 Nick Carter was probably A-list, dude.
Dude,
they were cooked by that.
Yeah, but he was so big. He was doing tons of movies and like he was very popular at the time.
He was much more popular compared to now. Yes,
Kaylee Kuko, man, she was. I think at the time in 2004, this is pre Big Bang Theory, so she would have been on 8 Simple Rules. I think at the time, which was a really cool show with John Ritter. He passed away actually during the making of that show. But then you got the classic Stacy Keach, who plays Claude Van Ripper. Judge Reinhold's in the film. He plays the father. Judge. He plays the father in this film. Carl. It's like I was like, what the fuck's with this cast? This is wild. So I'm like, how bad can this thing actually be? But
pretty bad.
So synopsis: after the local ghost story is told to a pre-Halloween crowd, the eves full of pranks and teenagers disappear at the graveyard. It continues on Halloween. Is the legend true? Who the fuck?
Dude, who the fuck wrote that?
I know. I was having a hard time reading. I was having a hard time.
That sounds like something I would write.
To a pre-Halloween crowd. What do you mean pre-Halloween? Okay, I guess it's pre-Halloween, but what the fuck?
I don't know. They're pre-game in Halloween.
That's just a weird way of wording it, I guess. So
this movie is not that bad, you fuckers.
I didn't say it was that bad.
I did.
Why?
It sucks.
I like it.
Everyone in this movie sucks except Judge Reinhold.
I think that it's quite
and
interesting.
Claude Van Ripper, he's cool.
Stacy Keach kind of steals the show in this film, and I didn't even really realize it was him until I looked up IMDb. I'm like, who the fuck is that guy? And I'm like, oh my god, that's Stacy Keach. He was like unrecognizable to me because he's like super old, and he's like the graveyard watcher and stuff, and he plays the crazy character. Everyone thinks he's fucking crazy. He's out there he's
the town drunk,
doing the grounds and looking after the cemetery, and he's a town drunk and stuff. So he must be crazy when he's talking about all this.
I feel like if you're a gravekeeper, you're definitely the town drunk.
Every character, this character's always the town drunk.
What else do you do in the cemetery for fucking your shift, man? You drink. No one's there watching you.
You're either drinking or killing zombies or hooking up with big titty widows.
Right.
I remember the first time somebody I heard someone mention the graveyard guy being an alcoholic at Halloween. I remember thinking the next time I watched it, this guy just sauced in the middle of the day in the graveyard going, "Oh, you damn kids. Why do they do it?" This guy's just walking around at mid-afternoon fucking drunk as shit, drinking his fucking flask.
That a boy. Talking some crazy shit.
There's a guy in Friday 6 too, right? Is he a drunk or something?
So, I don't know if it just comes with when they cast one for this part, they go, "You're also a drunk." So act drunk, so no one believes you.
But it's more fun if you're drunk because then you can talk like a pirate and shit. You're like,
then it's just they're always the crazy.
He's coming back to life. He's feeding the vines the blood. You can get all crazy.
They're always the crazy person, so they drink because they know these horrible things that no one else knows, and then the town's like, "We don't have to listen to him. He's a drunk."
Yeah, so basically he's all tripping dicks because he comes across our main character, Kevin Zegras, who's played by Ian Cranston, and his character's Ian Cranston. And it turns out that he's a descendant of Ichabod Crane. And he's one of the reasons that, how does he word it? He's coming back for
slaughtering.
I don't really know. He's just, what is there a reason why he is it an anniversary or something?
I think it's the fact that he has to kill him or something like that. But yeah,
I watched this on the way home from Wasteland.
I can't remember how he explains the lore. It seemed different to me, but I don't remember ever the lore being written where the headless horseman is there, but he needs to feed the blood to the vines and stuff to grow stronger and shit like that. I'm like, what? I'm like, I don't really remember that being. But then again, there's so many tellings of this story that everything kind of gets shifted a little bit. So. But they still had how he can't cross the bridge and stuff. If he crosses the bridge, the headless horseman, he'll spontaneously combust and stuff. And which, you don't
want to spontaneously combust.
No. And when you're doing a low budget TV film and it's involving the headless horseman, which there's so many different iterations of this, in folklore, there's the American one, there's the Irish, English, everybody has a different story to this. That's why I always get confused when I'm watching these movies. I'm like, which lore are they using? Is this the American one? Because I've seen adaptations where they take bits and pieces of different lore, and I'm like, okay, now we're just putting shit together. Take all the good parts, I guess. But yeah, so when you're doing a low budget TV film of the Headless Horseman, one would come to expect it's going to have some CG in 2004, and I was correct. The Headless Horseman looks pretty fucking bad. And there's a couple decapitations in this film that don't look very good either, especially the one where the girl's running away to get to top. I'm like, oh my God, that looks so fucking bad. Really, really bad. Yeah. So Stacy Keach, what's his character again? He's
Claude Van Rippen.
Claude Van Ripper.
Or Ripper, yeah. Rippin.
Rippin. Yeah, so he was he's a descendant of who the fuck is he?
Ichabod Crane?
No, he's not.
No,
the main character Ian Cranston is. He's the fucking descendant.
Yeah, he has this convoluted. Yeah, he has that convoluted. She's then Crane, he changed it to Cranston. That's you.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's up to the ancestors. They have to be the ones that take care of that and stuff. But it's not really that, because his character, his descendant, because they go and grab his descendants, or is it Ichabod Crane? I can't even fucking remember how this goes. Jesus Christ.
Okay, so a little bit of trivia here. When it premiered in October 2004 on ABC Family, the hollow was trimmed slightly to eliminate the violence of the Headless Horseman attacks, and several of the lines had to be redubbed to eliminate promiscuous references and graphic profanity. The entire sequence of Rob and Erica's liaison and attack had several different cuts. Rob's severed head was also edited out of frame. The deaths of Erica, Sheriff Duncan, and Marcus were toned down slightly, eliminating their body's blood flow. but leaving the sound of the horsemen's swords slashing at their throats. Karen's discovery of all the severed heads also had an alternate shot to not show gore dripping from them. What a bunch of pussies.
Yeah.
That could have been worth like half.
So I assume we saw the cut that wasn't that cut then.
Yeah, I watched
like the
Rose on
DVD
MB.
cut.
Oh,
No,
the DVD,
I
the
watched
DVD
them on
cuts.
YouTube.
Oh, DVD cut, man. Yeah, no, it's definitely the full version of the film because it's quite a bit longer. So,
I think I watched the TV cut because my shit was like 80 minutes long.
Yeah, you might have.
I might have. Maybe that's why
I watched my
blows.
No, because I think the DVD cut is like, oh, maybe it's like 85. I don't know. I can't remember.
I think this shit was like 80 minutes.
Huh. Interesting. Where'd you watch it?
YouTube.
I think I watched it on Plex.
Because I downloaded like as many movies as because I watched them back from Wasteland, so I just downloaded a bunch of 2004 movies I could find on whatever platform on my iPad. So I was watching. That's kind of what I was watching while I was
Do
traveling.
you sleep on the airplane?
No, I watch movies.
Dude, I can't not sleep on the airplane.
Oh no, I love it, dude. I get there like I start in the morning drinking at the bar, like watching a movie at the bar.
I can't sleep on planes. Like I fly a lot. I cannot sleep on plane. I can't get comfortable.
Well, dude, it's definitely not fucking comfortable. But I'm the type
slept
of
on a
person.
plane before,
I can't sleep if I'm not comfortable. Like I just can't. I'll be up all night. It's crazy.
I'm the type of person
I
that can literally sleep like in the most uncomfortable. I've slept on like stone steps. Like I've slept on all kind of
I've slept
crazy
on
shit,
Netflix.
dude.
I have slept on planes before, but there's like actually so few times I've just been tired on a plane that in the last few years at least. It was probably different when I was younger, when I was traveling with cars and I was watching movies on planes. But now I think I'm just like, yeah, movie time.
I'm so miserably uncomfortable next to people. Well, I've only flown twice in my life, one when I was a kid and then once just recently. But there and back, I was like so uncomfortable in those fucking seats next to people that I was just like, bro, I'm going to sleep. And I slept the whole time pretty much from the way there and back.
Yeah,
it did help that the way back, we got back to the hotel at like 1 a.m. and had to be up for 4 for the plane. So I was already pretty freaking tired.
Yeah. So anyways, back to the Hollow.
What do you think about the Halloween vibes or atmosphere?
It's not bad. I would expect a lot more.
I like that there's a hayride.
Yeah, I thought there would be more.
Yeah,
do you have hayrides around you? There's like that's been the one thing.
We had hayrides like a motherfucking beast out here when I was growing up. Now I think there's like a couple, but hayrides were a big thing when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Haunted hayrides.
Yeah.
I mean, we do have a lot of like haunted attractions in Pennsylvania. Like the southwest part of Pennsylvania. It seems to be like from what I understand, I feel like it's bigger than a lot of other places. Like,
it must
I don't
be.
know.
We have one place that's like a yearly haunted house, and they didn't even show up.
We literally have dozens. Like
we have like literally like
places.
there's probably stuff a little further away that I just don't know about. This can't be the only one, but the only one in like the immediate, I don't know, like 20-25 minute vicinity that I know about has only even been around like 15 years.
Carly actually,
not even actually like 10.
when I first met Carly, she worked during the holiday season as a actor for a haunted house.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I remember that a couple years ago, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. That's actually pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, I mean it's got a decent aesthetic to it. I know that they filmed this like, you know, in the summertime, like out of like pumpkin season and stuff. So I think that the majority of the pumpkins that they used were actually fake. So I think that was probably partially the reason why it doesn't have a lot of that stuff, but it does have a hayride. It's got some pretty decent atmosphere at times and stuff like that. I think the acting's fine. Stacey Keach is good. Kaylee Kuko is fine in the film. I mean, it's your typical thing.
It's a little
man.
tame.
It is tame. I mean, it's your typical headless horseman going to finish off the cranes, and you know, our lead Ian has to fight back, and it's just, I mean, this is one of those films where it's like, it just, they foreshadow how the movie ends at one point, because they talk about like how the one part that he took away is like, oh, he can't cross the bridge, and he's going to spontaneously combust and stuff. It's like, okay, and that does not look good, by the way. That really does not look good. Stacey Keach's character is cool. I like the fact that they have to retrieve that sword, to fight off, the Headless Horseman and stuff. I think that's pretty cool. But it's the story. I mean, it's got the lore there. It's like, it's kind of a mixed bag of,
I mean, it's definitely not the best Headless Horseman tale, but
no.
Once I found out it was a TV movie, I was a little easier on it. Like in terms of like, oh, that wasn't too bad. That was fine. Like if I saw that in 2004 on TV, like when it aired, I would have enjoyed it.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's not bad. I mean, I just have a hard time with like, this is the type of CG and effects that I can't fucking stand. It takes me out of it, even though like it is a TV film. Yeah, you're right. I was being a little bit less on it and stuff, but it's like, it is what it is for it. It's okay. It really is just okay.
Yeah.
But there's not really a lot to say about it. It's really the Sleepy Hollow story done kind of tame.
In modern day.
In modern times. It's not taking place back in the day and stuff. Yeah. So that's where you get the whole descendant thing that's got to take out the Headless Horseman, or I mean, I should say the Headless Horseman is trying to finish off the Cranes because apparently he did not die and he had family and stuff. So
I like how when the Headless Horseman like shows up to the hayride and decapitates that chick, and then everybody just starts clapping like, oh, that was a really good effect.
Yeah. And the guy's like, oh, that actually looks pretty real. Oh shit. That actually is real.
Yeah.
But man, dude, oh fuck, man. When her body falls, I'm just like, that is some bad CG, man. Really bad.
I don't think it, like, for some reason, this era doesn't bother me that much. I get way more annoyed when I see that like CG in like modern films, because like I'm like, we're so far past, like, we know it looks bad. Like back then I feel like they were just experimenting, like trying new things, and didn't realize it looks as bad as it does. But I mean, it's still bad, but it's just like, I don't know, it doesn't get on my nerves like it does like now. But it is a way to like make you come out of the film. Like I remember like Behind the Mask, The Rise of Leslie Vernon, which is a great movie, but like in the like one scene, a character, I think it's in the library, like a character falls and a pool of CGI blood comes from their body, and I'm just like, you couldn't fucking throw blood on the floor, dude. Like nope. That's where it annoys me. You know what I mean?
They forgot it that day.
Yeah, right. That's probably
that shit. Always that is like the most cringe shit ever, man. I think that like if you're gonna, you know what I hate, man, is when they do effects, they do like a practical effect, but then they CG the blood spray.
Yeah.
What the fuck, man? Like I get it. Like, yeah, so you fucked up and you get that spray in there and stuff like that, but like
I don't know. CG blood,
just leave it alone
more than any other CG stuff.
Just leave it alone.
Like Frankenfish is filled with CG, but there's also a little bit of practical in there too. But it doesn't feel
well. The actual Frankenfish actually is practical, isn't it?
Well, not all the scenes. Like
not all the scenes, but there is a big there is a big practical one.
Yeah, yeah, and I respect that. I'm like, okay, well, they couldn't do certain scenes with a practical fish, so I'm okay with them using CG if when they have the chance to use a practical fish, they do. I respect that way more.
I mean, I'm glad to say that, like, you know, the more modern we get, the less and less CG, because there was a time where everything was just like,
oh yeah,
we got to use CG, we got to CG.
And then time.
Yeah, and then people were like, they started complaining for years and years and years, like the fans. I'm like, why can't we just go back to practical effects? You know, it's such a better, wholesome film.
Yeah, it's really gotten away from it. Nowadays, people have gotten a lot more where they use CG as like a way to enhance the practical effects, or, you know, certain shots or something. But we've definitely come way back to practical effects in the more recent
years. Like I understand that there's certain things in films that they have to CG, right? You can't really do practicals for, you know, backdrops and, you know, all that type of stuff. But like when you're doing simple like kill effects and stuff, do practical. It goes a long way. It really, really does. And stop doing CG blood splatter. That's the ultimate way. I mean, if it doesn't splatter when you're filming it, then just leave it.
Nothing is worse than H2O with Michael Myers CG mask. Like that is some crazy fucking shit.
I don't even understand that. Like, why would you ever have to do that? It's crazy.
I don't really know.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like it's not really even effect. You
like,
just put a mask on somebody. Did somebody forget the
fucking mask at home that day on set?
They're like, oh man, we only have like an hour to film this, and I forgot the Michael mask on my stairs in the foyer of my house. It's like, what?
And like, like the other 6 copies of it, because they use actually not even copies, the other 6 different versions were also forgot at home at somebody's house. That is ridiculous.
Explain the inconsistencies in the mask. They just kept forgetting the mask.
I don't know. Maybe they're making the actor break out or something. So they're just like, fuck it. We'll do it in post.
That is one of the most absurd things that ever happened in like a mainline franchise.
Yeah, I really would love to find out the reason, like why they had the CG mask.
I should actually one day listen to like a commentary track on it.
I wonder if it's in like the trivia. Someone actually explains it away why it's like that.
Just put them through in our commentary and skip to that part.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
See what happens. Or I'll just shut up. Nothing wrong with that mask.
Anything else on this one? I'm trying to think.
No, Stacy Keach is cool for me, man. I like his like overdone fucking action, like he's coming for geese.
Yeah, like Stacy Keach knew what kind of movie he was in. He's like, I'm hamming this bitch up.
Oh, he's hamming it up. He kept saying "ye," and I was like, dude, this guy's like a combination of like a lot of things right now. Like he's either drunk pirate, he's fucking Irish, English. I don't know what the fuck's going on, man.
He's like, inebriated.
Yeah, but no, I like the fact that he's it's cliche, but he's the crazy fucking cat in the film that he knows everything. And the prophecy becomes true because the crane actually lived. I mean that idea it's kind of cool because he was thought to be dead, right?
Yep.
So yeah, that's how you modernize the story because you have to have descendants and stuff. So it makes sense. But anyways, the Hollow ratings, I'm going to give this one, I'm actually going to give it like a 6. I don't mind this film. I know Tyler hates it, but I didn't really hate this movie at all.
Yeah, bro, I'm like right there with you. I'm also at a 6. It's a perfectly fine TV movie that isn't like, it's not great, but for the Halloween season, I like that things like this exist. So it was just put out to entertain families during the Halloween season, and it actually technically is more graphic than you would normally get with a ABC Family movie.
Okay, well, I saw the cut version, so it was about as graphic as you would expect with an ABC Family movie.
I even thought to myself too, like the cut version must be the most painful thing ever to watch because you're not getting at least those scenes that are shitty with CG, at least, but you're not getting anything. So that's I think I'd rather have the shit CG than nothing.
Yeah, right. So there you go. I thought this was really bad. I hated everyone except Stacy Keach and Judge Reinhold. 4 out of 10.
Honestly, Judge Reinhold in the film is probably like the worst character. He's like, he totally is hamming it up too, but he's like not, he's like half-assing the hamming it up. You know what I mean? He's like, I'm going to go full tilt on this. And then he doesn't really do anything. It's actually kind of funny.
Yeah.
But but Kaylee Kuko, man, oh my God, dude. She's always looked so good. Always looked so good.
I thought Nick Carter, might have been one of the worst celebrity performances I've ever seen in a movie.
It was weird.
I actually just don't like that guy.
It was weird to me because
I was so bad.
He was pronouncing words and I thought he was trying to put on an accent, but then I realized he wasn't. I'm like, is he just pronouncing certain words with an accent?
This kid as the fucking tough football guy. Come on, dude.
Yeah, it's fucking Backstreet Boys.
It is a little hard to buy a boy band guy as a tough dude,
especially that era, when they're oh man, I don't have the boy band stuff anymore. I better get jacked with all the money I have. He was still just
the only guy that transcended boy bands for me is fucking Timberlake.
Yeah, absolutely.
Timberlake's actually pretty
baby.
Dope.
Yeah, he was.
Well, he was just way more talented. He could actually act and
When he was doing the shit with the Lonely Island, man, I was fucking dying. He was gold on SNL too. He's funny as hell, man.
He's funny. He's in He's in a Coen Brothers movie, Inside Llewyn Davis, where he like gets there. He's pretty funny too.
Dude, he's in a bunch
For me,
of good
it was
movies.
Alpha Dog. When I seen him in Alpha Dog, I was like, "Yo, Timberlake's fucking pretty good."
Dude, that was one of his first roles, I think. Actually, in Alpha Dog. It's an early one for him.
Wasn't it like 2004 or something? It was like around this time period, I think.
Yeah, he was really good in that film, and I was trying to think of the film too. But yeah, it was Alpha Dog. It's good stuff. But he's done some pretty good roles. Like he's not bad.
Yeah, I like him.
And at least he like curses on his records and shit. Like he's not like this fucking like pop artist that like
Yeah,
puts
well,
out this
that's just
fucking
like-
bubblegum shit. Like he does stuff with real artists and
That
people
was
actually respect him.
That was 25 years ago. Like just in general, you're going to be
Yeah.
a lot different than you were.
Yeah,
25
well,
years
for sure. I
ago.
mean, he was doing shit bubblegum because that's
He
what he was
felt like
bred to
younger.
do. All
He
those
was
groups were
under.
bred.
That was longer. It's been longer since than the age.
Did
he
you
was
just have a
at that
fucking
time.
stroke? You just said longer
Yeah, I
like
did.
9 times.
I was not articulating well.
Your dad really got you. He was telling memories about
Oh,
the cat. And now he's all
God. I
fucked
was
up.
just
He's all
like,
flustered.
dude.
He's like, oh my God, I'm having memories of
like,
kitty
that's
kitty.
the thing. I wasn't really like listening. That's like the thing. But I was like, oh, what
Sorry.
am I gonna do?
Sorry,
Cut
man.
him
I'm
off?
not trying to laugh at
You
you
gonna
the death
tell
of
him
your
about
cat.
that?
No. Why am I not telling the whole thing? Be like, damn it. No, I'll just be. I can't do that. So we're like, I want to listen to it. And he usually roasting him.
I'm not trying to make fun of your dead cat, but like, dude, that's just.
But he was old. He was like
It's the
almost
kitty
17.
kitty.
He was almost 17. My mom found him on the streets of like the hood.
The streets of the hood.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, but that is the Hollow.
Yeah, that is the Hollow from 2004 and also going to conclude episode 301. Yeah. Halloween 2025 edition. And
Also the 2004 edition.
yeah, the 2004 show. Yeah. Who
Knocking
knows?
out those 204s, baby.
We could totally make so many more shows. Out of 2004.
saying.
There's so many things you could put
Yeah, we
together.
already talked about it.
There's whole trilogies. There's full fucking trilogies from 1 year. That's man, that would be painful. I
There's
think
two
honestly.
ginger snaps.
Yeah, which is kind of funny actually.
Yeah,
That we'd actually watched all those movies in prep for it and never recorded the show.
I know. Kills me.
But yeah, who knows what the future brings, but I'm sure there'll be some more 2004 within that future, but
Yeah.
that remains to be seen. So next show is going to be week 1 of Italian Horror Month. That's going to be Italian Horror Volume 1, which is just a fucking mismatch of movies. We decided to finally, well, we did last year. We got away from doing strictly director spotlights and did other types of shows. But now we're going to put some shows together by films that were directed by guys that just didn't have 2 or 3 or whatever. So we can do full shows. And yeah, it's going to be a fun show.
Yeah. So basically for years, we've always talked about if like we're kind of missing covering certain things because our format of the director spotlight 3 films, there are directors that only did 1 good Italian movie or 2 and didn't have a 3rd one.
There's so many that did 1 or 2. It's crazy.
Yeah,
They didn't even do 3 at all. Like
our new
Horror
brand
films.
of show will be just like Italian Horror Volume 1, and then we might do like a Giallo Volume 1 like next year or something like that with if it's all Giallos. And then obviously the Beyond the Door trilogy is like more of a unique style show as well. So yeah, we're doing 2 director spotlights and 2 other shows. And then I think that'll probably be what we do a lot of years is like 2 and 2 until we get to like the next milestone, like year 15 or whatever.
Mhm.
And then maybe we'll do something big again. But yeah, so that's what we got.
well, by that time we'll be able to do the ranking of Bava and probably Fulci.
Yeah. That's kind of the plan with Fulci. That's why we're doing more Fulci films and throughout the next couple of years, we will probably finish off Fulci's filmography like we did with Argento.
Yeah. For show. All right. You guys have anything else?
No, I think that is about it.
That's a wrap. So after a like 9-hour show and a 13-hour show, we thought we'd keep it very simple here and do a human length show because apparently a 13-hour show is unreasonable according to one comment. I thought that was really fun.
I mean, it kind of is.
It's
a little unreasonable.
It just proves that we are the masters of length.
Oh, we're different. Yeah. Like if we were dicks.
No, we're
we
not
would
even
be-
trying to prove anything.
If
That
we were
actually,
dicks, bro, we would be fucking porn star dicks.
dude, that was one of those things where it just ended up being like that, man. Like we weren't even really doing reviews. We were just this is the film, say like a brief little thing of it. And it was still 13 fucking hours long.
Yeah.
It was like going to tangents. Some of them going to tangents.
A little bit of tangents,
but it was good. It was fun. I think people enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, even on YouTube, like that show's already at 2,000 views. People are still checking out the 92 show. It's at 3,000 on there. I don't know what
it's at 3,000.
Yeah, I don't know how podcast is doing, but like that's the
it did YouTube really good on podcast too. There's no numbers out yet for for some reason, like sometimes when you first upload a show, like you don't get stats for it for a few days. So there's 2 stats that are still missing for the new show, but I did get it up like the same day, like a couple hours after you put it up. Yeah. I was actually waiting on you to send me the fucking show notes, and then all of a sudden I see that you just uploaded the show. So I was like, I guess I'll just pull them from there and upload.
Oh yeah, I didn't send them to you. I just sent the files. Oh yeah, right. Yeah, crazy.
Because this was actually like a really weird like show process, because like you edited it and then sent me 2 halves of it, and then I edited it together. But before that, I recorded all the clips and sent them to you. So it was like, it was a very collaborative effort from what we normally do.
It was so weird because I couldn't bounce the whole show down in GarageBand, but when I did, it would allow me to make the video in full length in iMovie. I'm like, what the fuck? This makes no sense to me.
Bro. And then I completely forgot about a thumbnail until I sent you the whole show. And I was like, I didn't even think to make a thumbnail for the show. And I fucking hurry up and threw together the most basic ass thumbnail ever, but I just didn't have time to like think of anything.
It's so funny because the wife even said, she's like, I really like that thumbnail for 300. I'm like, yeah, it's cool.
Really? I just literally typed in Film Vault on Google and found one that looked cool.
It looks like the Vinegar Syndrome Vault.
It might be.
I think it is actually.
Touch it up a little bit. I put our logo on the door.
I know, I saw that. But what else do you do? You're not going to put 3. I know. You're not going to do it like a top 10 show, because that would just take forever.
Right. So I didn't know what to do, but like the Film Vault seemed like it was reasonable.
Yeah.
For what we were doing.
Yeah, no, I think it works. It works. I mean, it's getting clicks, so whatever.
But it was just funny because I never I forget about doing the thumbnail, but I never forget about it like that much where it didn't even cross my mind that I need to make something. Like usually I know I need to make the thumbnail and then I'll just forget to do it. This one, I didn't even think that I had to do it.
Yeah. So don't forget to do this one so I can get it up for Halloween.
Well, this one shouldn't be too hard because I kind of do the same thing every year for like the next 5 thumbnails are really easy. Well, actually the Italian ones are they're pretty simple. So it should be easy. But yeah.
Cool. All right. That's a wrap. We're out of here. Deuces.
Go Jays.
Fuck yeah.
That's all, folks.